Welcome to the Ringside Gods Podcast, where we discuss everything from boxing to professional wrestling to mixed martial arts. This podcast is completely uncensored.
I think he's just an undisciplined fat fuck.
Unrestricted.
Is it because he looks like a lesbian?
And totally unadulterated.
Oh yeah, he'd be PC principaling me right now. He'd be like, did you just say that someone looked like a lesbian?
No topic is out of bounds.
I can't stand him. That's what I think of Derek the Fat Bitch Lewis.
So, strap yourselves in, because your podcast starts in 3, 2, 1, now. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of the Ringside Gods Podcast. It is Thursday, April 11th, UFC 236 is this Saturday, WrestleMania just happened, we're going to try and get to it. However, we have a special guest today. So, it's not just me, your host, as always, Projectmadtrapr. It's not just KingPsycho and it's not just Mystic Mac. We will be having our other co-host, our other friend, Detox Live, here today and hopefully more often in the podcast. So, let's jump right into it. There's a lot of news to cover.
But yeah, what do you think about that Connor broken foot thing, yeah?
You know what? I just heard about it now.
Yeah.
Like moments ago. It's so funny you say that. And I was like, well, it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I don't think it would be bullshit, bro, because then he would have to be like Dylan Dennis, you have to be in on it. John Kavanaugh, you have to be on it. Owen Roddy, you have to be in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise he just looks like
definitely
an ass,
something
bro.
else.
Like, I think he definitely like, unless he's really willing to throw all of his. Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, it's possible that he definitely injured his foot, like Conor McGregor. It's possible. I doubt it. I mean, the guy was throwing kicks with it, and anytime you're throwing kicks, you're going to be putting pressure on it. And he's tough, though. Don't get me wrong. It's just, is that what really stopped him from fucking, you know? I think I don't see it playing as big a factor if it even was there.
Or did it stop him from winning?
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
I don't know. He's had so many excuses.
Well, I don't know about all that either.
Yeah, man, that's the only thing I see with it.
Well, it's like, well,
he's had so many excuses.
I was just giving him like a testament to his toughness and dedication to the sport, like a little consolation prize. You know what I mean? I was like, and that's how tough Conor McGregor is, going in there anyway with the broken foot.
Yeah, but I mean, he's had so many excuses for that fucking loss. He's had so many.
And other losses,
too.
But
that one specifically, because, you know, like, the Nate fight, short notice, right? Fair play. You know, but this fight, I don't know, he just said, I wasn't motivated enough, and I wasn't this. It's like,
that
I can believe that, but it's like, just like added on top of that, the broken. It's like, and how come we didn't hear about this earlier, and we're just hearing this now, as everything spirals out of control in Conor McGregor's life at the moment? I mean, fuck.
Because, you know, as far as like motivation, a lot of a fighter's motivation is money, and Conor seems to have plenty of that. So I can see him having a lack of motivation. He should have probably just rolled with that.
I agree. I agree. Like
I'd be on board with that. I think he definitely had a lack of motivation. But if you talked
all that shit, you would think that he'd be like, I don't want to look like a jackass. You know? I mean, I know it's what he does, but fuck, that was...
Maybe arrogance.
Probably. I mean, he underestimated Khabib with the stand-up.
Yeah, arrogance came into play, because, I mean, we've seen him fight a good wrestler before and still knock him out. You know, and he'd still get back up to his feet and knock him out.
Different type of wrestler.
Like, I know that Khabib... I was just going to say, I know Khabib is a different type of wrestler, but, you know, the point is we've seen him fight, like, for example, Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes is certainly... He did good. He's certainly a very good wrestler. I mean, he's a very good wrestler. You know, we're talking an NCAA Division I All-American. Like, he's a very good wrestler.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So we've seen him get taken down, but we've also seen him get back up and knock the very good wrestler out. And I think that's what he thought he was going to do to Khabib. I think Khabib showed that he could be hurt by a punch in the Michael Johnson fight. I'm not saying Michael Johnson was almost won the fight or anything, but he definitely hurt him.
For sure.
So it showed Khabib he's a human being. It's like, all right, he's a human being. You know what I mean? This guy, you know, just like they said in the Rocky movies, see that? He's just a man. He's not a machine.
He's Russian.
You know?
Khabib Drago.
Yeah. He's like the 155 grappler of that Drago would be if Drago was a grappler.
Basically, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, it's totally true. He did get stung by that punch.
I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch.
I want, yeah.
Like if, let's say Conor goes in there and he takes another fight, I'll even say any weight class, just goes in there against a legitimate ranked contender, goes in there, kicks the guy's ass though. Like, you know, kicks his ass where it's like, to the point where it's like, well, I guess we got to give him a title fight. Like, what's the point giving him someone else type thing? But like a real contender, like a real, you know, contender. Goes in there and just kicks his ass, then yeah, I mean, why not? I think he deserves it as well as anyone. You know, he's a former champ, and a lot of former champs didn't have to earn
This
rematches.
Is very true. For dominant fights.
So if he goes in there and, you know, kicks some contender's ass, yeah, let's.
I agree.
Go ahead.
That begs the question, though. Who do you give Conor McGregor now? Who's your guy? Contender.
Tony.
That's a great fight. I think I would give Tony Khabib. I mean, but you know who I'd pick? Al Iaquinta.
Well, Khabib's suspended though, right?
True,
So.
but I mean, Tony needs time
off. Is he suspended for a long time?
Just till September. I mean, that's when he can fight, because then he's suspended till, I think, August or summer, and then there's Ramadan, so he doesn't fight until September. But, I mean, I'd give him Raging Al. I think that's a great fight. It's a huge fight. They've already talked shit.
Yeah, that would probably be a good fight.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they have a little bad blood. Him and Cerrone have some bad blood to a degree. I mean, there was definitely a little smack talk exchange in the past. But you know who I was going to say, which might come as a surprise, but I thought he looked very good his last fight, and I think it would be an entertaining.
Is it Showtime?
Fight too. I definitely think. Showtime. No, I'm going with Paul, the Irish Dragon, Felder.
Oh my goodness.
It'd be an interesting fight, but I mean, I don't think that'd have enough clout.
Well, here's what I'm saying. I mean, he's number 9, so he's certainly a legit contender. You know what I mean? He's number 9. He's coming off a big win.
Fair play.
He's 4-1 in his last 5. I mean, he's not like some chump.
He's good. This is true.
And I mean, then we got like kind of like an Irish clash, like an Irish clash. Like, what about? I mean, imagine that in Ireland.
That would be huge.
McGregor Felder in Ireland
Would be nice.
Like, that's what I'm seeing.
I could see that.
I mean, if the UFC has any sense, you know, that's what they should do. Because talk about selling some tickets. You know what I mean? Like, even if they don't like McGregor, they're going to like Felder or vice versa.
Anthony, you're saying that you want McGregor to fight Felder?
That's who I would give him next. I would have Felder.
Isn't Felder coming up
versus McGregor?
No, wait, he won.
Yeah,
he won his last fight.
But
he fights lightweight. I thought he fought at welter too.
No, he fights lightweight.
They're never.
I'm not saying that he can't or
Felder's
hasn't
not
fought welter, but he certainly his last fight was lightweight.
True.
I think it's a mismatch.
Okay,
But
Drake, Mac, who'd you have?
who would I pick for Connor?
Tony? Would there be any other Tony needs time off. Right? So because Eddie Bravo's been filling his head.
Even like Gaethje.
Gaethje, I would love that fight, actually. That's the other guy.
Yeah.
I would really love fucking Justin Gaethje.
Nice.
Gaethje would be decent.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Gaethje's been on a tear. I thought he was done for after those 2 losses back to back, but
I mean, what he just did to Barboza? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Barboza
round.
didn't expect that leg kick right off the bat. He was like, motherfucker, you just kicked me in the leg, and he just kept chomping him down. And he was like, fuck, this is not going well. I would love to see that fight. I would be okay with Pettis as well.
Oh, yeah.
Pettis just coming off the huge win over Wonder Girl or Wonder Bra.
Oh my goodness.
Wonder Bread. I don't know. Whatever fucking...
Wonder Bread, that's what Anthony would say, I think.
Like fucking just got knocked out by a lightweight, but you know, it's not that surprising though, style-wise. I kind of figured, I'm like, if Pettis is going to win, it's going to be a surprise, and that's the problem with Thompson's style. But I'd be happy with any one of those guys. I mean, I would preferably, if we're just going to rebuild Conor McGregor, I totally agree with Felder, and then someone else. If it's just for a one-shot deal, he gets someone and then moves into the title contention, it's like, I'd probably aim for someone a bit higher myself. But Felder's a good choice, and I see the big dollar signs right there. I see where Ant's going.
Yeah, I mean that, especially in Ireland or heck, I'll say
anywhere.
You know what? Not just Ireland. I think anywhere
McGregor fights is huge.
That is gonna sell a fucking arena out.
Or nobody knows who
That's
Felder is.
That's gonna sell an arena out,
mainstream.
but especially it would be a huge fight for Ireland, you know.
No.
And I don't think they'd have any problem fighting the other.
I don't think so either. It just depends, like.
And
Dude,
look at it the other way. Like, if Felder then wins that fight, he has to move well up.
Yep.
I mean, I would think, right? He'd definitely have to move up. And perhaps he ends up getting a title shot if he wins.
Who knows? I mean, there's so much.
Anthony McGregor versus Felder would not sell out arenas, bro. Nobody knows who Felder is.
Anyone would. They would watch just to see Conor McGregor.
What?
What's Felder ranked? What is Felder ranked?
He's number 9, so let's not jump in there. And
goodness.
anyone who actually
knows.
watches the UFC would know who he is because he's a fucking commentator, Matt. Do you think before you speak?
Man, nobody. I promise you.
How would they not know who he
is?
That's like saying they wouldn't know who Joe Rogan is.
That's
going
like,
from Khabib to Paul
Felder. Like, if we're rebuilding him and we're going to build him slow.
Felder.
Sure.
Like, no. Man.
Like 2 fights and he gets a title shot.
You probably can't put him that far down.
I understand that you don't necessarily. I know that you don't agree that if he beats Felder, that he gets the shot. But do you agree with Mac when he says no one knows who Felder is? Like, isn't that kind of asinine?
Certainly.
Like,
didn't he just get ranked in the top 10?
Like, how would people not know? No, he's been ranked for quite a while. You don't just win a fight and get moved up to number 9.
Unless you're heavyweight.
Yeah, well, or unless you're Ben Askren. Heavyweight or Ben Askren. But, you know what I mean? The point is, Felder's been in the rankings quite a while.
Yeah.
He's been in the rankings quite a while.
Yeah.
He's number 9 right now, and he'd have been even higher than 9 had he not got robbed in a split decision against Perry. And Perry kind of proved that he's not a joke either. Recently.
I thought Perry won that fight, but...
Well, a lot of people would be on your side, Mac, because he got the split decision. But had Felder got the split and then beat James Vick on top of it, I mean, he's number 5. He's not just number 9 then. You know what I mean? He's going to be way up there.
The thing is,
that's
people
what
know
also
who
have to
Felder
consider.
is. It's just, he just doesn't have the clout. Like, Cowboy's got more fanfare. So, that, you know what I mean? Like, Gaethje's been knocking people. It's just more common, but People know who Felder is.
They definitely know who he is. I don't know what
He needs. It's a mismatch.
Every casual does, though?
It's a mismatch in popularity and in skill to put him against Felder. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
You just said you don't know who he is, so what do you know about his skill level?
I know who he is, but I'm saying most people don't.
As I said, if I'm
so you can't put him in there with Connor after one loss like that, you know?
You have no idea. You don't even know who he fought in his last fight.
He just fought.
I remember he fought Mike Perry.
All right, well, quick, get your smartphone
and then
out.
he just fought somebody and he broke his,
Vick.
or he got a class wrong or whatever.
He just beat James Vick.
Yeah, he
was
won,
a very tough customer and very tall for the weight class.
Didn't Gaethje knock him out in like 30 seconds because he called him the Homer Simpson?
Oh shit!
And he got him. Homer knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, he did sleep him. He did. But still, Vic is a tough customer. I mean, because just for how tall he is for the weight class, it's awkward. Oh yeah, we have guys that are tall for the weight class and don't necessarily do much, but remember Pablo the Scarecrow Garza? He was good. I was very entertained by him. It was cool seeing a guy that tall and that lean. Well, actually, let's not even call him lean. I mean, he was skinny. Let's just say it. And it's not offensive. I mean, his nickname is the Scarecrow. I don't think he's gonna get I don't think it's offending anyone. Not that we give a shit here, but he was skinny, tall and skinny. I think he was like a featherweight. Actually, I don't even know if he was a lightweight.
I don't know. What do you think
very
about the crazy
tall,
shit, man? Conor McGregor's got a lot of shit going on right now. He's got the sexual assault case. He's got some bar fight fucking thing.
Whoa, tell me about the
phone
sexual. Tell me about this stuff because I only knew about the phone smashing.
There's like some apparently got into a bar fight because someone was talking shit to him, but that might be all handled now.
Did he at least win?
I think so.
How embarrassing would that be?
Very. I would retire again.
Just completely lost his skill in fighting.
Yeah, and then he retired.
Well, hey, if it's a bar fight, like anything goes, maybe he got a stein across his chin. All of a sudden, you're not so tough, and martial arts don't really matter as much.
Probably not. It's probably a money grab, but.
Oh God! So she changed her mind about the encounter?
There's pictures of them, like touching, like, yeah, that's crazy.
Sexual assault. I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! You're like the
it.
biggest like anti-woman like fucking chauvinist.
I really just don't believe it. I don't. I'm sorry. These women can fucking say anything now. Do you know that they can have sex with a guy? And legally, the next day, change their mind about it and just say, I thought it over and I don't like how it went down. I'm not really attracted to him. He should know that. And yeah, and now he doesn't want to meet my mom, so now it's rape.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it actually happens. It's so despicable. And these women that lie about it first off, there needs to be more investigation. It's not just, okay, the guy did it. They need to investigate more because most of the time, I think they're lying. It makes it bad for the small cases out there where, like, it truly was. It truly was. And it makes girls like that who went through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine how it makes them feel that people lie about something like that when they've really gone through it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you're someone who's gone through that, like a woman who's actually gone through a horrible, despicable crime like that, where some man ruins your life, actually rapes you, and ruins your life, and the poor woman's upset about it, and now here we have women making that up. Like, it's despicable. Like, they're not just hurting those men, they're hurting women that have actually gone through that. So they need to stop with this fucking changing their mind shit. Let me tell you something. If you had a glass of wine, you got horny, because it's, you know what I mean? You had a glass of wine. No, I'm not talking you got fucking whacked. You know what I mean? And some dude took advantage of you. I'm talking you had like a glass of wine or something. And you have sex with some guy because you got horny. You know, let's not fucking just decide like, oh, that means it wasn't consensual. If you had, you have a glass of wine or two, and you initiate sex with a guy, and he has sex with you, he's not a fucking rapist. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, the only
I don't give a fuck. That's wrong.
No, the way that they could say that is if they told him to stop and then he didn't, and then that's what happened. But see, like that's probably not. That doesn't. I mean, that's. Rare.
I mean, some of the fat chicks I fucked when I was drunk. Should I have reported that? I mean, imagine like it would be, but but it's a double standard.
There
That's
is
this country
totally
has.
a
I can't go
double
there and say, oh, I was drunk. She took advantage of me because I'm a guy. But a girl can do it.
Yep. This is like Disclosure, like that Michael Douglas Demi Moore movie.
Holy shit. It's despicable.
Absolutely.
Absolutely despicable.
Did you guys see that fucking Artem and that bare knuckle fighting thing?
I only saw the
I didn't see it, but
like the
yeah,
aftermath.
And
So
I saw
I can't
some highlights.
imagine how crazy it was. I can only imagine, rather.
Paulie like slapped.
how
I'm just so
crazy it was.
excited for.
Did you watch it?
I'm so excited for Paulie versus Artem.
I
Oh
know
my
it's
God.
gonna be great.
Wait, say it
Oh,
again.
Paulie Malignaggi is gonna fight
Paulie versus
Artem.
Artem, bro.
Bare knuckle.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
what's next.
Hey, you didn't know that Paulie signed to bare knuckle
Yeah,
FC?
like he like slapped Artem before the fight too. They got into like a big thing. They got into like each other's faces.
Paulie Malignaggi's a pretty big piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I hope
Anthony, he's
that
from
he
your
forgets
area,
how
bro.
to
What are you
box
talking about?
and Artem Lvov knocks him out.
I mean, I can't.
But
He's from your area,
I don't
bro.
think it's gonna happen. I think Paulie's gonna kick the ever-loving shit out of
Yeah.
him because he's an actual
definitely.
boxer.
But I mean, I don't like
Ant world
Paulie.
champion boxer.
I don't like Paulie. He sucks.
Let me say this:
Ooh.
I
He
think
sucks.
in an 8-round boxing match, like 8 rounds. Mind you, I'm using 8 rounds. They have 8-rounders, don't they, or do they
I
not?
think that's amateur stuff. Yeah.
Can they schedule? No, but I'm saying even professional.
I've seen it. It's just rare.
In a professional boxing ring, in an 8-round fight, or even a 10-rounder, non-title fight,
Mm-hmm.
10 rounds, Conor McGregor, I think, could beat Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, I do. I
wanna
think
see that
Conor
full
could
tape.
beat
In a
Paulie. I think
10
that would be a
round.
really good fight, honestly.
I think he could.
It's very possible.
I think it would be a good fight.
I just don't know about his cardio.
Because I was pretty impressed. Like, I don't care. People could laugh at this or not. He never had a professional boxing bout before, and he was able
But
to win a
greatest
couple of
ever.
rounds off Floyd.
True.
Off
People
the
could say,
greatest
oh,
ever,
Floyd
exactly.
gave it to him or not. But let me tell you
I'd say
something.
both.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't give anyone any rounds.
Well,
He doesn't just give them away.
He's done
He
that
just may not
before.
get him and not care.
he's
He
done
just
that
may
with
not care
Guerrero,
that he
though.
lost the round.
He did that with Robert Guerrero.
You know what I mean?
though.
Like, give it away to a degree is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
He's
I
very
agree.
defensive. He's feeling the guy out. But you give it away to a degree.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be like a
But-
blowout.
He even lasts that long. I think he could have put a lot of guys away a lot quicker than he put away McGregor that have never
Oh,
done a
for sure.
single professional boxing bout before.
True. Also, he threw off McGregor.
Like, I think if he really wanted to, he could put someone away in 4 rounds.
He probably could.
But he took McGregor fairly serious.
Well,
He definitely took him serious. He treated him like a regular opponent. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Floyd tries to say that he wasn't training at all, though, and like in all the embedded
Of course,
episodes or
but,
whatever
I mean,
they have
that's-
for
Well, you
boxing,
can
if he's like
you can
biking
take a
around.
look
it.
at his physique and tell
But someone else did say
we
that
know
he
he's
was
lying.
training a lot, but then other people said that he wasn't training.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like he
bullshit.
was trying to
He
get
was
up,
training.
like to portray that
It's
he was
obvious.
never training at
It's
all.
obvious he was training.
The
You know,
thing
you know
is-
what
He
else
wouldn't be
Floyd
as
says?
ripped as he
Floyd's
was
other thing
if
is
he was
this,
just
bro. Floyd's
eating,
other
drinking, fucking strippers.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be as ripped as he
Flo-
was.
Floyd's other thing is this. He says he never ever watches tape of his opponents before he fights them
That's-
ever.
well,
Do you believe
maybe
that?
his
Like I've always
trainers
wondered.
watch
Maybe.
tape, but
Maybe.
maybe his trainers watch tape
Maybe?
and then
You
tell
think
him.
it?
But I doubt it.
But here's the thing with Floyd. He has the personality that I wouldn't put it past him to lie about that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. He fought McGregor in a very smart way. He threw off McGregor because when the fuck does Floyd ever move forward? What Conor had prepared for was the Floyd that was always defensive. And around round 4...
Well, the Floyd was defensive the first few
three
rounds,
and then he stepped it up to tire out McGregor.
He wanted to see what he had.
Mm-hmm. And then he knew what to do, and he threw him off, too. And,
which could have been costly if McGregor did what he should have done, sorry.
Yeah, well, I agree.
You know what? Okay, do you know what I reckon?
McGregor should have just been guns a-blazing from round 1. Because you're not going to outbox him. I don't know what the fuck his coaching staff was teaching him. He should have went in there and fucking throwing at him.
Yep.
Because he has a chin.
Mm-hmm.
He could take it. If Floyd countershots him, I think he could stand up to those shots. I think he only got put away out of fatigue.
Yep. Like fatigue and not defending
Conor McGregor has a chin.
He does.
Yo, and I still have a theory about this. You know, in the first or second round that he countered Floyd's straight with an uppercut?
That was
what? Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember.
That was a good shot.
Okay,
he hit him with a good punch.
Why would he have thrown the uppercut though? I feel like if he threw his straight left that I don't know, he knocks everyone out with, he could have actually done way more damage instead of throwing a strike that he never did any damage with to anybody.
Maybe the clubs that have something to do with that though.
Maybe he throws a straight and Floyd parries it or weaves out of the way of it. It's harder to move out of the way of an uppercut.
Right.
Also the gloves make it different too. You can't be as precise with big fucking gloves on like that. Whereas like with
it's very different.
You guys are kind of leading into the same point kind of thing. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, it makes sense, but then he looks like he was working on that
that's
too.
what they should have pushed for too.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing
that left
rules,
straight, man.
But inside of a cage with the 4-ounce gloves. But boxing rules. Because it's like, what? We're just boxing, buddy. I'm not going to kick you.
He breaks his hands.
I'm not going to take you down. I'm gonna box you with the 4-ounce glove.
Floyd never do that.
And that should have been the stipulation.
That would have been fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Floyd breaks his hands.
Floyd would never.
He would break his
though.
fucking hands in 2 rounds. He breaks his hands easy. That's why he has those big padded gloves.
Unless he just didn't sit on his punches. But
well, I mean, he doesn't throw with power anyway. But still, I mean.
He can though.
Doesn't really have to.
I felt like he threw with power against McGregor, man. When he was almost finishing McGregor, like he was lunging into those punches.
Well, he didn't want a decision.
Yeah.
He wanted him finished.
No.
And I have no problem with the stoppage, and it's because I'm just like, well, he's tired, his legs are gone, and once your legs are gone in boxing, you have no chance to recover. You're a sitting duck, and I know he can take it, but there's deaths in boxing. You can't. The ref's gonna stop it. That was exactly my prediction. I was just 1 round off. I thought it would happen in round 9.
Like I knew, I've seen stoppages earlier than that, man. So like I knew when that stoppage came, I was like, I know that's gonna happen. It's boxing, like you know what I mean? Like some people.
Not for nothing.
Yeah, some were.
Also, that shouldn't have been a 12-round fight, right?
No.
Jesus, I know. But that's one of Floyd's things he wanted, right? Like because just to fuck him over completely.
Well, exactly.
that was ridiculous. 12 rounds. For the
never done a fucking
for a belt.
It takes
that
like
he was
30 years to be able
to
fight at that level. Like so.
For some specially made fucking belt.
Knowing full well this guy can't go 12 fucking rounds.
And Floyd
it should have been 8 rounds. It should have been 8 to 10.
I do wonder though.
12 was like. Hey, what about that Asian guy? I don't know. I know I shouldn't say Asian.
No, you can. That's appropriate. You didn't say Oriental.
Japanese. I don't know.
Asian's fine.
Yeah.
Don't say Oriental.
We don't want to say that.
No, definitely not. Unless you're talking about noodles or something.
So, the Orient Express. Remember that tag team, the Orient Express?
Oh, fuck. Wasn't that Taka and Funaki?
Yeah, dude, it was great. So how about that guy that Floyd went over there and beat the living shit out of?
I think that was a fixed fight because that guy looks a lot better. I think that's a fixed fight. I mean, it's an exhibition fight out of nowhere.
Dude, I think that guy is that much of a boob.
He might be.
And literally got clowned like that.
It's Japan. What do you expect? I mean, they had.
The guy's also
it is Japan. It could have been fixed.
So it's like, I don't know if he would have fucking had the experience to be able to deal with Floyd at all.
Well, that's the thing, though. I wonder if the rumors that I heard before the McGregor-Floyd fight were true. Floyd said he had a mole inside of his camp, and he did say, like, he said that
Paulie, man.
Yeah, probably, but
Paulie,
I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's another one, but he did say he was planning on switching stances, and he's like, I'm gonna give McGregor a tip. Don't switch stances. You're just gonna tire your legs out. And I'm watching it. I'm seeing Connor switch stances. I'm like, that's a fucking mistake.
Damn.
And he
really said that.
He
Floyd
did.
said that, eh?
Yeah, right before the fight. He's like,
wow.
like 5 days before the fight. He's like, I know you're gonna switch stances on me. I don't recommend it. You're just gonna burn your legs out.
He's like, let's not make a total jerk out of yourself.
But Connor did land some shots doing that switching stance
but
shit, though.
It's short term, long term, right?
Nothing good, though.
No,
yeah.
That uppercut's the only punch that legitimately was able to really hit Floyd solid. He's the fucking little rabbit.
Right.
You can't fucking hit that guy. His defense.
And he has a good chin, man. He has a really good chin, dude.
People underestimate that.
I think he has the whole
do
thing.
Not fuck around right now. Good boy.
Well, and he's smart,
He's
too.
a good doggy.
He's smart. Like when Mosley hit Floyd.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Mosley.
He
hit
tied
him,
his arm up.
Okay.
Like, he's fucking clever.
All right, big guy. All right, big guy.
Speaking of Japan.
Oh, I love you too. Daddy loves you.
What did you guys think of 1FC with Eddie Alvarez losing and Demetrius Johnson struggling to beat that guy?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, fucking Alvarez got dummied. It didn't even look
Did you see how, was it his actual eyeball that exploded?
What is 1FC usually on? Do you know what channel, or is it an app that it's usually on?
I think it's both, but I'll have to find out. I know they just signed Vitor.
Are you okay? Daddy has you.
Who else did they sign?
Daddy's got you.
They signed someone.
Now sit down.
Oh, Yushin Okami they also signed as well.
Oh.
And Belfort.
Big doggy. Okay. Oh my god, why do you have to sit on my chest? So I have my 100-pound puppy on my chest here. As if I don't breathe fucking heavy enough on the mic.
I was gonna say, we're gonna have to call you Darth King or something. I'm trying to find a fucking thing. Fight Network in Canada.
I think I hear someone's washer or something going.
It's mine.
I was gonna say King's on
I
the
can't get up
typewriter.
right now.
Fuck. But Demetrius struggling really surprised me. I didn't expect that.
Did it? It just seemed like he was struggling to take him down to me.
But I mean,
not so much like anything else.
I think Demetrius could be done though. Cejudo looks great. Like, I would take Cejudo in the rematch if they ever fought again.
Me too, just because of what he did to TJ.
Shouldn't have the belt to begin with.
The roided TJ, might I add.
Yeah, let's get into that. I guess we can retire the TJ is the greatest of all time argument now.
Oh,
for final.
Yeah, never was an argument. He never was the greatest.
Never was.
Yes, he
Always
was.
Dominic
Anyway.
Cruz.
How would he be the greatest?
And he still
he
is.
Cheated.
You know
what
I mean?
credentials does he have to be called the greatest?
He beat Cody. That's it.
That's it, right?
He beat
like,
Cody, and Cody dominated
else?
Dominic.
And Cody, he's
Dominic
the worst
beat TJ.
champion the UFC has ever had.
You know, I actually like Cody more than
my
TJ.
God.
Hands down the worst.
I actually
Cody
like,
Garbrandt
You're kidding me.
I like
is the biggest joke to have ever held the belt.
that belt in particular. Okay, I agree.
Any belt.
Jermaine DeBum I think's worse.
Bummed me. Oh my god.
I mean,
oh well. As far you're right. Yeah, you're right. She is
Joanne,
the
do you know how
worst
to
to have
say her
ever
name,
held
too?
it. Number 2, Cody Garbrandt.
I actually like Cody Nochin more than TJ.
I do. I like Cody much better than TJ now.
Yep, same.
Oh my god.
We turned really fast. Fucking
You used to like
idiot.
CJ
Up
more,
for
right?
flip-flopping.
Yep. Fucking, oh god.
Anthony, you hated Cody too.
Here.
You used to hate Cody.
I know. We all used to.
Big
Here,
fan.
I'm gonna send you guys a photo, and it's fucking hilarious. I sent it yesterday, but look it
Anthony,
up now.
I still think that was the greatest quote ever. Anthony, you know Cody used to date Paige Van Zandt, right? Did he? Greatest bantamweight ever.
One of the best bantamweights.
So I just
my
posted a meme
God.
someone made the other day.
It's like you literally just said he was bad. Oh boy, here we go.
Literally just said he was bad.
Oh,
Dude, and it's not
Did
just
you
literally that you
check
said he
your
was
ass?
bad. Oh. Did he actually say that?
no. It's just, that's a Simpsons reference.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, that's when
okay.
Homer's like using the megaphone. He's like,
Give me that. Bart, this is your father. Do you know where the remote is? I looked all over the house.
Did you check your pocket?
It was in my pocket.
what a fucking joke, though. What a
I thought I saw that
fucking,
meme.
what a fucking jerk, though. EPO, of all things.
EPO's like what
You can't
Lance Armstrong was taking or something,
yeah,
I heard?
injectable EPO. He knew what he was doing. 2-year suspension. There's no fucking
People were wondering
supplement.
why he relinquished the belt. And that's why, because he got caught at the end.
Yep,
He knew it, you know?
he knew it. Fucking injectable EPO. What a retard. I mean, I thought maybe a diuretic was possible, right? Because the weight, weight difference.
Yeah, that's what he did.
He knew what he did.
He knows what he did.
Dominic is always and forever will be the GOAT until someone else comes along.
The Dominator.
Yep. I mean,
You know he's supposed to go anyway.
yep, exactly. That he was. We have an invader. Hello, Detox. What's happening, man?
What's up, guys?
Not much.
What's up, dog? We're doing the podcast right now.
Oh, shit.
It's all good. You can stay in if
But
you want.
soon though. Yeah, I actually need to go. Anyway, so you can tag in, bro, if you want. For this episode.
I got an
Where are you
early
going?
sneak peek preview.
He's gotta play with his right
I
hand.
gotta,
suck Anthony Joshua's dick.
No, my dinner's ready. My girlfriend just made me dinner, so.
You know better than to call the champ that.
Anthony, oh my
Don't
god,
call
Anthony
Joshua.
Joshua.
What she make?
Oh my god.
You can't use Tyron Woodley. He's no longer champ anymore.
Oh
Snoozman's
my
champ.
god.
Go in there
Marty
and tell your
Snoozman.
girlfriend you got her dinner and just take your pants down.
Oh my god.
He's also got his third partner. Mike
And I
Tyson.
couldn't do that. That would be stealing your signature move, bro. So you know what I mean? That you
It's
do to your
true.
wife every night.
Here's your dinner, honey.
Oh my god. Oh, Bellator is gonna put on Chael Sonnen and Lyoto Machida.
Oh.
That should be an easy win, but I've known better than to count Chael out. Who knows?
I really, really want Chael to win.
I don't know.
I always want Chael to win.
Well, who is it the easy win for?
I would
Roger?
think conventional
How
wisdom
old
would
is
say
Chael now?
Machida, but would win that, but who knows?
40 something.
That, I was gonna say, I'm thinking he feels Machida because I feel Machida will win too,
But
but I don't know if I'll go so far as like an easy win.
I think that's what people will think.
'Cause-
I don't think it's going to look that way.
It's Chael P. You never know with him.
You never know.
Anthony, the greatest ever. Chael P, undefeated, undisputed. You know what I mean?
The only
It's funny
gangster
because
from West
in
In this
Yes.
game, you know what I mean? In this game, you can only lose a fight by either getting KO'd or tapping strikes or submission, and neither of that happened in this Fedor fight. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, like,
And I mean, albeit for getting dropped by Wanderlei, he
He
pretty much handled business.
He
He deserved the decision.
totally-
oh my god,
And
yeah.
so I mean, he fought a pretty dangerous striker already, and was able to keep him down and shit, albeit for the one knockdown.
Oh, we're all over the place here.
How old is Chael
He's
right
got to
now?
be like 42, probably.
Like 68, something like that.
103. I'll quote Tito Ortiz. He's 187.
He's as
years
wise
old.
as 103, though. Is that what he said?
No, that's what he said about Vitor when he was drunk and he was on commentary and Affliction. He was trying to. He said that
Oh my
Vitor was
God.
187 years old, and he was trying to talk about how much he weighed, but he was drunk, so he said his age.
Oh my
It was
god.
the worst commentating ever. Bellator should hire Tito and just plow him with alcohol.
So I was gonna say he's not much younger than Bellator, is he?
No.
If anything.
No.
187. Tito Ortiz.
He's coming back. I don't know who he's fighting, but he's got to fight just for fun. But he's coming back.
Oh my God!
Raping
Tito's 2 years older than him. I just checked.
Fucking Tito. I mean, raping Chuck Liddell wasn't enough. He has to fight someone else.
Yeah, he should. I mean, if anyone should hang it up, that's like if you're ever gonna hang it up, that's a note to hang it up on, right? Like,
Well, I don't. Yeah, it was pretty
he beat
bad.
his arch fucking nemesis,
When
arch rival.
he needed a walker to go out there to the fucking octagon. I mean, how much of a...
Chuck looked like my grandmother.
I mean, could I unbury mine? Maybe it might look
It
comparable.
was so bad. So bad.
Oh my God!
Oscars.
He did. He looked like a fucking skeleton.
And fucking Tito.
Oh my God, with a mustache.
I just love how the reporters ask Tito. It's
Anthony, you said he
it's like, do you think
The
Chuck
Ice
was...
disgraced
Man,
his
'cause
legacy in that
They
fight.
took him out of the fucking morgue. The Ice Man.
He just pulls up to the fucking cage in like a fucking
It was
cadaver
Zombie
truck.
Liddell. Yeah,
Like a medical
Zombie
supply
Liddell.
truck. Like, fucking... I mean, when reporters asked Tito if he was like, "Oh, what do you think of Chuck's sparring video? It didn't look that good." He's like, "Oh, there's no way Chuck's that bad. He's just doing it for the cameras. He's doing it to try and trick me." Tito thought he legitimately was just fucking around when he was sparring. It's like, no, dude, he's that bad, and he was just like, "Holy shit!"
It's like, oh,
Even Tito
I
didn't
see
buy
what
it.
he's up to.
Yeah.
I better go at him hard. Cleans his clock out of fear.
Like, it wasn't even
Just
close.
watch them guns ablazing.
You know what we need? Is Chuck Liddell versus Ken Shamrock. Let's get Kenny Boy a win off at the end.
Oh, no.
That's what we need.
No more for either of them.
Let's just not put him against Hoist Gracie. He might knee him in the balls and then get a cheap win.
I thought he was dead anyway. We'll dig up Ken Shamrock.
Well, everyone hates
no.
Frank Shamrock right now.
Why? What did Frank
He
do?
basically, I guess, I don't know. I don't remember if it was a few years ago or if it was just recently. I think it was kind of relatively recently. He had a dog that was old and he couldn't give it away or something, so he just tied it up to like a post at the airport and left it there.
Oh, he's done.
And everyone fucking just went after him, and some people went after Ken, and Ken's like,
Yeah.
I didn't do that. Like, that's him. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, he should have brought him to a shelter.
Yes.
Like,
So everyone went after Frank.
what, he said he couldn't bring him to a shelter?
I
What
don't know.
happened?
He just said he couldn't give him away to a good home or something. Couldn't find anything. And I'm like, I don't know how truthful that is. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he thought the dog was
I
going
don't
to
know.
get
I
put
think
down.
he got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Maybe he thought they'd put down the dog. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Just go on the internet.
I don't know. I think he was
I think he,
better off bringing him to a shelter.
yeah, he's probably just full of shit.
Like 100%.
Just find some kid in the
That
neighborhood.
was the wrong thing. to
Pay
do.
the kid. Be like, hey kid, take this dog for $100. Like, I'll pay you. Take this dog. Cool.
Yeah, don't tell your mom I gave it to you.
Here's an autograph. Bye.
But yeah, he should have either gone out of his way to find the dog at home or bring it to a shelter.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I love my dog. I can't picture, old or not. I mean, you don't just tie him up and leave him in the airport. It's like that's now your
I
responsibility.
know.
And he should be who you consider a friend.
Like a fucking family member.
Like, yeah, or a family member, yeah.
Man's best
Like,
friend.
It's like, whoa, you're gonna go tie up your buddy who would probably die for you?
Yep.
Like, he should have brought him to a shelter. And you know what? I wouldn't have faulted him if he brought him to a shelter. I think that's being responsible.
I agree.
If you can no longer care for the animal, and you do the responsible thing by bringing him to the shelter, I don't think you should be shamed.
No.
I think you should be commended, actually.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because the wrong thing to do is to abandon your animal. Well, I mean, that's like, it's not as bad as, like, abusing it, but, I mean, it's up there.
Yeah, it's not
certainly
good.
wrong.
It definitely is.
Yeah. I'm sure there was an animal shelter in the state he lives in.
I mean, it's California. I would imagine so.
Honestly, he could have fucking...
Just put online.
Honestly, he could have called his local police department and said, I need you to take this
I'm sure
dog.
there's firemen or something that'll take the fucking
And
dog. Make it the mascot.
I'm saying, the local... Yeah, like, they would have taken him. Like, they would have at least brought him where he had to go.
Yeah. It's just, he's just an idiot.
Yeah, that's a stupid
It
move.
definitely is.
Shame on him.
Ruslan Magomedov, or whatever the fuck that heavyweight's name, just got a USADA lifetime ban.
I know.
He just kept testing positive, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. And the fucking...
and he kept pushing off fights, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Will, you know, you saw Connor's
It's a shame,
post
he was
about
pretty
that,
good.
didn't you?
What?
You saw Connor's post about that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
That tweet about
yeah.
freedom. He's like 2 of the 3, and like, dude, originally it said
Muslims.
Muslim rat, bro. I was like, oh my god.
Jesus.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
And then,
Yeah.
We don't want to say that.
Well,
word.
I mean...
No, that's what it said.
And then he changed it.
In the Connor's original text said that, his tweet said that, bro. I have like...
Yeah.
What did it say
pictures of
exactly?
it going
Something
around
like Muslim rat.
Yeah,
Another
it
Muslim
was
rat
something like
testing
2 of
positive.
3 Muslim rats testing positive.
Oh my
and
The
fixed it.
third
God,
one that didn't
dude.
test
But then he
is
changed
Khabib.
it.
Didn't you like doctor a tweet or something?
You could.
Wait,
and then
Khabib refused to test?
No, it's just like there was like out of the 3 guys pictured,
Oh.
2 of them, like Khabib's in there, but he's the only one that
Yeah,
didn't
the
test
one that-
positive. The other 2 did. It's just like,
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot.
Oops.
He's a fucking idiot. I feel
You
bad
shouldn't
for
say
his,
that,
I feel
though.
bad
That's
for
a
Conor
bad
McGregor's
move.
wife.
well, didn't you see the towel head one too?
Oh,
That
where he made
called
fun of
to his
Khabib's wife? Holy shit!
Yeah,
I would be.
man,
Oh,
did you see
boy.
that?
I'd be making fun of his kid. If he made fun of my
Anthony,
wife,
oh
I'd be
my
like,
God.
after I knock your
Oh
ass, I'm gonna
my
hit you so
God.
hard, your kid's gonna feel it. I'd be start making
Yeah,
fun of
he
his
Did you
kids.
see, like-
people's wives out of the
Yeah,
shit.
it's like Khabib's married to
And
a
leave
towel.
religion out of it.
Yeah.
Like, who cares what fucking religion he
I
is?
know.
Leave religion out of it.
Well, especially he
Right.
doesn't do any like. I have problems with his religion, with Khabib's religion anyway. But he's not a bad one. You know what I mean? Anytime you put religion to a docile form, I'm fine with it. But the second it becomes crazy is when you take it way too seriously.
He's like super humble and like super tame, and he's not radical.
But as
at all,
far
right?
as, like, steroids, I mean, the person's religion.
I
don't know
know.
any religion that, like,
I
is,
know,
like, takes
it's-
steroids. I mean, let's just leave religion out of it.
I know. And then he just said it was fucking stupid.
Anthony, it's Connor we're talking about. You know what I mean? Shit.
I know. Well, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed,
No.
right? Like, he's smart in some ways, but very dumb in others.
He's probably drunk.
Like, he's smart in the sense of
He's very.
he knows how to
dumb
market
and-
himself. He knows what he's worth.
Oh
As far
my
as business,
God.
he has a decent mind for business. I'm sure he knows
And
who
what
to
if
hire,
Connor-
who to
and
keep
what if-
around.
What if Connor listens to this podcast and he heard that you said he was dumb?
Smart
at the end of
fighter.
it?
He should lay off the fucking whiskey. If he's listening to this,
I don't care. I would break his neck. What do I fucking care what he heard?
Anthony, what
Fuck
would
out
you
of
do?
Well, he's only 150 pounds.
What's he gonna do? Confront me? It's like, how would
Anthony.
that go for him?
I would. Yeah, you're saying you would beat Conor McGregor in a fight?
I would break his neck. Yeah, it wouldn't even. It'd be a no contest.
It's like a chicken. Just it's like
There's nothing he could do. Yeah,
Oh
I would
my
treat
God,
him
man.
like if let's see,
Oh,
if like
shit.
for example, when my wife comes and gets me to kill a spider or something, that's what I'd treat him like. I'd be like, all right, and I'd go in there and step on him and walk
it's like
away.
Jose Aldo's.
I'd be
Just like
he's
go
dead,
kill him.
flush him down the toilet now.
Take a shit on him after.
Like, let's get real here.
Oh my God. And you're probably like, I'm taking shits bigger than him.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. You know,
Oh my God.
when you're, 145 pounds, there's just nothing you can do. There's nothing. Like, for example, let's reflect to high school wrestling.
Oh,
Let me
shit.
tell you how much weight made a difference. I mean, I knew a regional champion. I won't mention his name because I don't want to embarrass him. A regional champion. But because he was only about 145 pounds, mind you, regional champion, placed in states, placed in nationals, went on to wrestle in college. He couldn't even pick my leg up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing, it was non-competitive. But I've also wrestled college wrestlers that were much lighter than me, that could handle me, that were much lighter. But not that much lighter. Like, we're talking in the 200 range. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, not a
There are
145 pound
always
man.
limits.
Like, there's no chance whatsoever. Like, it would be dangerous for that person to try to fight me. I would probably end up killing them by accident.
That's why pound for pound rankings
Connor, you're
suck.
saying?
Yeah.
Whoever the heavyweight
Like,
champion
there's really nothing,
is usually the best.
there's nothing a 145 pound person could do to me.
This is why pound for pound rankings make no sense to me. Pound for pound, it's whoever the fucking usually, not always, the heavyweight champion.
Whoever the heavyweight, like Tyson Fury says.
It's usually that's who wins.
Whoever the heavyweight.
I mean, let's be honest.
Did you ever hear one of those quotes from Fury Project?
Oh,
He was saying something similar to what you just said. Like, he's like, pound for pound, he's like, I mean, what would happen if you put one of those lighter weight guys in the ring with me? He's like, they get knocked out
yeah.
really quick.
yep.
It's
Yeah, he's like-
it's more about the skill set.
I
not-
know, but I
you know what
mean,
I'm saying?
it's
That's what pound
it's
for
so
pound is.
stupid though.
Nah, I feel you guys. Like, there's no way DJ would ever beat like a fucking
That's. I mean, I don't think he.
high rank.
Like
heavyweight,
Daniel
you know?
Cormier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DJ Egghead. Oh my God.
Like, he
but
probably
Daniel is up
died.
there.
Oh, he's got to be the number 2 guy.
Pound for
He's
pound.
got to be the number 2 guy. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, because I
Yes.
really hate John Jones, until someone beats him, that's the guy.
Okay, who's a top 15 heavyweight that's not, like, spectacular?
Kane?
Like Mark Hunt.
Travis Brown, Stephen Struve.
Oh, no, not Kane.
after that performance,
Oh, no.
Bomovsky.
All right, yeah, Kane. All right, let's take Kane. Jesus Christ.
No, let's go with the proper one.
What would happen
Bomovsky.
if, like, I don't know, Henry
Bomovsky.
Cejudo had to fight Kane? Like,
Dead.
Henry Cejudo's a
Oh
way
my.
better wrestler, but he's not going to be able to take down
No.
Cain Velasquez.
Maybe he just kicks him
He's
in the
gonna get
knee.
ridiculously dominated.
If he just kicks him in the knee,
He might die. Yeah, he might end up dying. Even Arlovsky. Like, imagine Arlovsky punched Henry Cejudo full force. Oh my god. It would look like a fly swatter.
against him.
Not even Cejudo. Think about DJ's head, man.
It
DJ's
looked like he
head
got
is
run
so
over by a
small.
car.
Have you guys seen the size of DJ's
I know, he
head,
looks like a fucking
compared to
alien.
Cejudo's and
He
shit?
looks like a fucking alien.
He
looks
does,
like he belongs
man.
in Alien
He looks-
versus
He
Predator.
does not look normal at all.
It definitely.
As like a little imp or something, bro.
He's just a face hugger.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. Colby
So imagine like Arlovsky punching him, dude. DJ's
Dead.
head, bro, like full
instantly.
force. Decapitated. More
Yeah, it's like Mortal
like,
Kombat.
Jesus.
It's a fucking fatality.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Easily.
Colby went off on MMA fighter pay when someone tried to compare what the guys get paid in WWE. He's like, we get paid dog shit by comparison. For actually fighting.
Alright, well, I have to pop out, boys. Detox will tag in for the
Your
rest of this
girlfriend told
episode.
you to get off the
Until
head,
next
so
time.
we get it.
Oh my god. Anthony Joe. Peace.
Well, maybe next Thursday,
And
your
he
balls will come out of the drawer. I don't know.
So here's what Colby said about the upcoming Usman fight. He said that Usman has cardio, whereas Woodley didn't. He actually thought that he thinks Usman's an easier fight, but he did say Usman's got cardio where Woodley has no cardio at all. But he can't strike worth a damn.
I don't think that's true.
He said that he's a better wrestler.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Oh,
keep
no
interrupting.
worries. He said Usman is a Division II wrestler, so he's got better wrestling than him. He says Usman's getting finished, and he said that. I mean, he says that he has better striking than Usman, and he thinks Usman will fight him emotionally. I'm living rent free in his head. Just the reaction of when I saw him after the Woodley fight told me everything I needed to know. I'm gonna finish him, and I'm gonna knock him out. I know I'm in his head.
Well, maybe.
He might.
You know, he really grows on me.
I know.
But as far as Woodley not having cardio, I don't know if that's true. I
He
mean, you've
lays
seen him go
back
5
a lot,
rounds.
though. I mean,
And,
it's kind of hard to judge.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know,
but how
but-
many punches does he throw per round? He barely does anything.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
His Wonder Boy fights, yeah, he went 5
Yeah,
rounds,
yeah.
but what did he do output-wise? Not much.
But when he landed,
If he did, he would have probably been
huge.
gassed.
But he doesn't.
Right,
Yeah.
which is why I think he conserves his
Well,
I don't know
his
if we'll ever
stamina
know,
like that.
though.
that's a tough
I don't
one.
know if he fights that way, Detox, where we'll ever see him throw a lot of shots anyway.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, because
Wait, do we?
he'll probably get gassed.
Well, he does carry a lot of
we
muscle.
may never know.
He does carry a lot of muscle.
He's a big guy.
You see his fucking ass and his
Indeed.
legs? Like, Jesus Christ. It's like fucking. They're like 3 other people could have been fucking just used from that. Jesus. They're fucking the style.
But let's reflect back to the Division II wrestler comment. Now, yes, Division I is more prestigious, but sometimes, all right, let me really backtrack here. To get a wrestling scholarship is very few and far between. Very few and far between. One of my good buddies took 5th in the States, and he went on to wrestle for a Division III college. And New Jersey's a very tough wrestling state. I'm not just saying this. This is a fact, especially in 2004, 2005, like when we were juniors and seniors together. He was a year older than me, and 2004 he graduated, and took 5th in the States. He placed in nationals. I don't remember what though. Let's say 8th though.
Okay.
I believe that's what it was. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm dead sure about 5th in the state. Went on to place in nationals. He didn't get a wrestling scholarship, bro.
Wow.
So he just went to whatever college he felt suited him academically, and he went on to be successful in Division III wrestling. But we're talking a very good wrestler, you know, and so what I'm saying is, like, maybe,
You never know.
well, not maybe, there's definitely some guys in Division III, Division II that probably, and not probably, definitely could have been Division I wrestlers. They just didn't get a scholarship, so they said, well, why go there? I may as well just go wherever the fuck I want to go to school, and I'll still get to wrestle.
Exactly. Well, and MMA wrestling is different than traditional wrestling anyway. It totally changes the game.
Crazy how few and well, you're right there. You're definitely right there. Look at John Jones, junior college wrestler, and I mean he out wrestles a lot of better wrestlers
and
that were just pure
Well, and that's
wrestlers,
the thing. You can't use certain
like
techniques.
Cormier, for example.
Absolutely. You can't use certain techniques because then if you use that, there's a threat there.
Cormier is a much better wrestler, but not a better MMA wrestler.
Well, there's threats with John Jones's length.
He is, and he's a great MMA wrestler too. Cormier. He's not. John Jones is just no.
I'm still warming up to him, but
Bad
if he just
person
keeps
or
playing
not.
the humble thing, fine. But when he goes back to being a dick, I'm just like,
He's
oh.
still nasty, like him or not. I mean, I like him, but
Every half the time, he'll be
Maybe
like,
not
yeah,
bad
exactly.
person,
He'll just
maybe
be a
bad
douche, and then he'll be
when he
super
goes
nice,
back
and
to
then he'll be
being a
douche
dick.
again, and
It's inevitable.
start the
like.
game somebody
That's
didn't
funny.
say or did this. It's
Right?
like, fuck, man. Like, I'm like, man, if like, after he beat Cormier the second time, he was all humble and everything, then he tests positive, and I'm like, oh, and then here comes the fucking, here comes Coke Jones, and fucking, here he comes. It's like fucking Scarface. It's like he's bipolar.
Right.
Fucking, alright, let's see. Mm-hmm.
But back to the Colby Usman thing. I always liked Usman, but after his win over Woodley, I think that kind of put an exclamation point. You know, I think he's a very, very elite fighter. You know, I think he's a true champion.
Of that fight do you think was like Kamaru Usman, or like do you think Tyron was like much. The regular Tyron? Because, you know, everybody was saying, oh, you know, you think so?
Well, I know what you're going with, Detox.
And I knew that Usman was going to.
I think Usman was just really that much better.
Ground, Woodley's done. Like, there's ways you can just frustrate, and you can totally win against Woodley. Well, he did really good when he came in, and he was aggressive at first.
Maybe this will make Woodley change styles, though. Maybe he's going to be more aggressive now.
He's been beat before, and he's
I don't think so, though.
I've been saying that for a long time. Yep. You can break Woodley. Like Rory, he broke Woodley. Kept him on the fence the whole time.
The great.
Jabbed it, didn't take chances. He outsmarted him and kept a tactical game plan. This is true. I always picked Rory to win those two fighting. It pissed me off how many people forgot GSP is still the welterweight GOAT. And they're like, Woodley might, and I'm like, for what? Having a shitty fight with Wonder Boy. The other fight was arguable. I mean, it was even arguable that he beat Wonder Boy in that second fight. The first one is a draw.
Yeah, no.
He had one exciting fight. Maya sucked, and that was a terrible fucking fight. That's why we got Bisping GSP. Yep. Instant points.
He cheated against Maya. I really mean this.
You won't see guys
those two fence grabs definitely affected the outcome of the fight. Definitely affected the outcome. If Maya, we don't know what happens now. What happened if Maya got on top?
I mean,
what do we usually see what happens when Maya gets on top of someone? They tend to get finished. They tend to get finished.
It's the same thing.
I feel really bad for
doing their job.
It should have been 1 point and then 2 points.
You do. Different mentality, too. You know you're down a round, even though you were doing good.
And now we have a different scorecard after that.
It's all these things that change. It's like, is Woodley really the GOAT? He beat Darren Till, which, I mean, in retrospect, looks really silly. Yeah, I gave him the 3-piece and soda and fucking, like... was he
Masvidal just fucking
people like Blake who were just dick riding Tyron Woodley, and
so that kind of takes a little
GSP. It's the guy.
Like, GSP's my favorite fighter, but like before Tyron took the L, I was definitely like, you know, he's on a roll right now, and like I remember when GSP was coming back, and you know he ended up fighting Bisping, but like people were talking about, oh, you know, he might fight Tyron, and honestly, I did not want to see that happen.
Those one hitters.
I didn't want to. I think GSP would win, but just the power that he had, like, yeah, like the power that Tyron possesses is scary to me. You know, as like a fucking GSP fanboy, it's like I don't want, and GSP gets rocked a lot. I think
that was the better.
He's taking a lot of shots, and
I
wouldn't want to see him take a
Tyron shot. His heart to get through it.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
He just fights with
like
heart.
You know what's funny? Like people always talk shit about GSP because like, oh, he just holds you down. It's like, no, bro. He fucking goes in there and he'll take shots to the chin. He's he has heart. I don't care what nobody says, man. GSP has heart.
And striking ability.
Right.
And submission ability. He's the whole package. Right. He just fought safe.
Like his takedowns, he rarely goes for like desperate takedowns. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he's just give me your legs. Like I need a fucking takedown. No, he works right. He works for it.
It's like when people complain.
He uses his jab.
Agreed. No question. No comparison.
Right.
Yeah, I think GSP
He might have
the best
beaten
welterweight
Whitaker.
ever. Who knows what would have happened if he would have stayed at middleweight and didn't retire? I mean, imagine that. Imagine he
Whitaker, I
defended,
think, can be
defended
beat.
the belt a few at middleweight. Now,
No.
now we got a real conversation.
Exactly. It was the best.
I don't mind that he retired, though. It's nice to
I
see him
think he
go out
didn't
with
know,
a
though. I
big
think
win.
his health was
In my
why,
opinion,
but I agree with you.
I think it would have been nice if he gave a retirement speech right after the Bisping fight.
No, he won't. Not anymore.
Yeah, I think
I don't think-
he
I think
loves the
he's
sport
done.
that much. He's like, oh.
You
let's
think
see
he'd
what
come
happens.
out of
Assessed this
retirement
way,
for a Khabib
Because
fight?
that's a good fight, and I would probably still favor GSP, but
No.
it's a two. Yeah, at 165, I
you
don't
gotta-
know. If they met at 165, I don't.
I'd
know.
favor it at welter.
Khabib's big too, though,
middle.
and so that's why
We'll do welter
I'm
and
kind
middle.
of. It's interesting.
He's a big guy, George.
I
He's
agree.
pretty big.
It's probably better for Khabib too, cardio-wise. Not that he has a problem.
I think it'd be more fair to make Khabib go
They're
up.
about the same height. Yeah.
And he's 5'10", isn't he? Khabib?
Well, it's just two
He's not
different
that short.
styles of wrestling, though, where
He's
Khabib
around
locks
5'10".
you down.
Yeah, I
and
think
you
I think they're
can't
both
get up off
5'10".
of him. It's I
Somewhere
think
around
the thing that
5'10" or
makes George
5'11".
favorite, in my opinion, in that fight is not only the size, the striking, but it's like he has good submissions too. He's so good. But Khabib could have beaten him. Let's say they fought just now.
His fight
Youth
IQ, too.
factor
His fight
is
IQ.
huge. But it's the same thing, though. This is why I picked Verdum over Kane, and I was very right to do so. Because when you have someone who doesn't mind if they go to the ground, who isn't a fish out of water, it negates half of your game. Half of your game is you're not going to know if I'm going to strike or I'm going to take you down. The person doesn't give a fuck. They
Yes,
can throw glue
bad
kicks
matchup.
and they're like, take me down. I'll sub your ass. Like, they don't care. It negates half your game right there. And that's the kind of fighter that's going to take to beat Khabib. That's why Tony Ferguson,
Right.
I would favor Khabib, but that's the guy,
Yep.
if there's anyone. Oh, fuck, I think if you chop off a leg, that guy's fucking like 6 feet.
Yeah,
What
that
if
is-
Maya
yeah.
went down
Can
to
we-
55?
Yeah, but he's a lot younger, though.
Yeah.
Maya is an old... Just pull a Christian Bale.
James
you just see
Vick
some
makes it at
drug
6
addict
foot.
come out of the fucking...
Maybe he can starve himself. I don't know.
Fucking hell. I think he does what Cerrone did, gets close, but never
Should
takes the
Khabib
title.
move? What if?
Unless
What
Tyron
do we
was
think
champion.
happens if Khabib
I think
moves
he
up
beats
in weight?
Tyron. As we saw, wrestler. Probably.
Yeah,
I would say so, but
but Usman cleans his clock. That's what I'd go with. Like, it's
Oh,
like, how about someone stronger than you,
definitely.
young man?
well, they're not used to his
Because
position
I think he's
too.
much stronger than the guys he
Absolutely.
fights too. I
Oh,
think that
yeah.
makes a big
Oh,
difference.
definitely.
Like,
Yep.
imagine him fighting someone stronger than
Deceptively
him.
strong.
That's also why I think GSP would be a problem for him. Because he's very strong.
I agree.
It's like, well, now
definitely
you have to
agree.
fight someone maybe stronger than you.
Overeem's-
Maybe. I'm not 100%, but I'd say he's maybe stronger than him.
Oh, fuck yeah. Overeem apparently's got an opponent now. He's got Alexei.
Especially at
Olenek.
170 pounds.
That's happening soon.
Night, night.
Yep. That kind of balding Russian guy.
Really?
That's that submission guy, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
like your math teacher.
Kind of balding, but doesn't want to let go. Russian guy.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, like, the first sign I had of male pattern baldness, like, I noticed there was, like, this one part when I was, like, gelling my hair that I had to manipulate in the back of my head, and I was like, you know what? Like, after, I'm talking when I
That's
first
the
noticed
smarter
it.
plan.
Like, maybe it was there before I noticed it, but I'm talking when I first noticed it.
Just
I
get a
immediately
Jufro on the
shaved my fucking
sides.
head. I was like, nope. I'm like, I'm not going to be one of the because
fucked.
it looks disgusting.
It just looks
it's like when it's
sad.
at a certain
It's like,
point and like the guy is just trying to hold on. It's like, man, you might as
gotta
well
shave
just
it.
fucking
You gotta
yeah.
shave
you might as well just rip your
My
dick and
buddy
balls
who
off
just
at that
got
point.
married.
You can
looks
just see his
ridiculous in his wedding
insecurity,
pictures
like-
cuts of it.
You might as well just
Yeah. He's got like
you might as well just
5
rip off
hairs
your
on his
dick and
head.
balls
It's
if you're willing to
disgusting.
fucking hold on to
It's
that.
absolutely
You know,
disgusting. It's like
it's already
shave your
gone.
fucking head, fatty.
Oh,
Yeah,
Seemed
shave
like
your
a-
fucking head.
Picture of
Fucking-
Floyd Mayweather when he like came out of prison or whatever, and he had his hair like grown out, bro. It looks so
it's gonna look like D.L. Hewley or something.
his hairline was like all the way on the top of his head and shit. It was just like, bro, hilarious.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
Yeah,
Go for it. Go for it.
So yeah, this goes to men everywhere. If you're balding, just shave it off.
Yeah, just give it up.
Exactly.
Shave it the fuck off.
Definitely.
And some girls like it anyway, so you'll find one that likes it. I met my wife 2 days after I did it.
Hey,
So Ross Pearson
So
retires.
someone will like it.
Ross Pearson retires. Probably the best move.
There we go. I was like, what's next on
He
the
was like,
agenda?
what, 1-6 in his last 7 fights or something? He just was on the...
yeah.
Oh,
he-
I didn't see that coming.
I think
Yeah.
it was. Who the fuck did he fight?
Who was his very
Really?
last fight?
Oh,
Was
man.
it McDessie or no?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't McDessie.
he just fought like not too
oh,
long ago. I don't
Desmond
think it was
Green.
McDessie though. I seen McDessie
Oh.
just fight somebody else.
Yeah, he was done, though.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Desmond knocked him out. in the
McDessie
first
did fight
round. It's
someone
like,
else.
you're-
I was
you're
just saying that was
done,
Ross's.
Pearson.
There you go.
It sucks.
Who won?
Yeah, it's...
I wouldn't blame him
He
if he
should
did
have.
one
It
more
was
to try to
bigger
like
in
go out on a
England.
win, but yeah, it's probably for the best.
He should have just went into boxing.
Yeah, he was never going to be champion. Let's be honest. Not with BJ there.
Yeah, and that's primarily what he does is just boxes.
And... Yeah, he's fighting Guida, man. Loser. Yeah.
Oh my God, BJ isn't BJ
That would
fighting
love to
again
see
too?
that
Oh
fight.
my God, bro! Talk about
UFC
retirement.
237, so I think that's enough.
Loser retires, eh?
Also,
Penn
on
and
that
Vita,
one-
when is that?
I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's like picking between two
And who
turds
you
at the
guys
end of
got
the
for
toilet
that
bowl.
fight?
It's like, which one's not more which one's better
God.
looking and not fucked up? Yeah, which one's fresher? Or which one's going to get more likely going to stick to the bowl? You know.
Which one's fresher?
They're both terrible. I thought
Yeah.
BJ might win the last fight he had, and then he just got tapped out, and I'm like, woof.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go Ryan Hall.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to go with
that
Guida.
what's that guy's name? Yeah, that guy's slick too with the submissions. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm just
Guida
gonna go
bye?
with Guida just simply off the cardio,
Bye?
like, and their age and shit. Like, I
Okay,
just feel
who
like
you got?
BJ's gonna get tired as fuck, quick.
This is going to be good.
Well, all right. So, while they're both really fucking bad right now in their careers, and even though I don't know who's more disgraceful to lose to the other.
I'm going to
right
go
now.
by decision. I don't think either one of these
But-
guys has enough teeth. It's just going to be like two
I'm
old
gonna
dogs
go
fighting, and
BJ
it's just
Penn
going to
by
look pathetic.
submission.
But also, I'm going to pick Guida. Yeah, he has.
This is terrible.
Matt.
Holy
9 years.
shit.
Matt Hughes.
Penn
And he
hasn't won
knocked
a
out
fight
Matt
in
Hughes.
8 fucking years.
Jeez.
9!
Louise.
9 years ago. Matt Hughes hasn't won a
He's
fight
Bob
in 9
Sapp
fucking
right now.
years.
He's
But
BJ
in
Sapp
my
at the
sick
moment.
mind,
He's like
he
Bob
breaks
Sapp.
the losing streak, submits Clay Guida, and retires.
I'm picking Guida.
And I like Clay Guida. I like him, but
I'm picking Guida because Penn's apparently got a... Yeah.
I'm thinking, this is what I'm
Very,
feeling right
both of
now. I'm
them.
thinking Penn by
Fucking
submission.
hell. I'm going with Guida because Penn has like
They're
a
both
restraining
washed up.
order or
It's
something
his
at
best
the
chance
moment
to get a win.
between him and his wife. Yeah. What is it with MMA fighters and fucking restraining orders?
Yeah, but against his wife and shit, right? Yeah.
Oh my
Saying
god.
She was like physically
Yeah, but
and
his wife did
sexually
it out of
abused
kind of
or
like
some
getting them
shit.
help.
Like, what the fuck?
This one is like BJ's wife
Doesn't
is like
Tony Ferguson
he
have the
abused
restraining
me
order
and
too?
he fucking does drugs and he left like he just did a whole bunch of drugs and like abused her and shit. Whereas, like Tony's wife, she's like Tony's wife was like, yeah, Eddie Bravo was in his head talking about flat Earth and shit, probably.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, because he was hearing voices, right?
Apparently, I heard stories about
Yeah,
that.
so he
but
got paranoid.
Nothing
So
confirmed.
fucking
But I heard he's a big coke
but yeah,
addict.
Penn abused his wife.
But I don't know. I know. Well, he's still fighting, so
See,
no. But
well,
see,
I hope
I'm
that didn't
I
fucking
need
happen.
evidence.
He looks
I'll
like
need
he
more
is,
respect.
honestly.
I don't know what their relationship is like.
Yeah, you don't go abusing your wife.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But
Yeah,
yeah, I would still need evidence though. Just like when someone
I don't know.
that
Maybe
girl
it's
said
Travis
Travis
Brown
hit her.
now. I don't know.
It's like, bitch, if Travis Brown punched you, you would be fucked up. Like,
then takes pictures.
It's
She's like,
get
"Where's
outta here."
Rhonda's fine ass at?"
She kicks his ass.
And you hate Derek Lewis.
Dude, that was like so awful. I was like, oh no. Like, I was thinking he was going to be like, all right, let's give a hand for Travis.
Fucking Derek
Like, you know,
Lewis.
the beef's over or
Yeah.
something. Nope.
It's the
Where's
first
Rhonda's fine ass? Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, I don't like Derek
Fuck.
Lewis. I don't like him, but that was funny. It was very funny.
Just
Like, oh my god. How do you beat
I
someone
don't.
and then
He married
rub it in
Rhonda.
like
He's
that?
definitely not.
Like,
He definitely doesn't have
holy
good
shit.
judgment, and he also put
He's a
Count
bad
Chocula
person.
in his corner too. Just
Definitely a
because
bad
of
person.
Rhonda. It's like when Count Chocula's fucking your coach. Oh, well, he sucks too. Let's be honest.
But I'm talking Lewis is a bad person.
Yeah, I don't know.
shit.
It was a weird one.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Travis
leaning
Brown. I'm sure
towards
he's not
supporting
really a
him.
great person either. I still don't think he hit his girlfriend though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
Because she
don't
went
know.
there with this little tiny bruise on her face and said like
Exactly.
he punched her or something. That's what I heard. It's like, I don't know. I think if he punched her in the face, she'd have some more damage.
'Cause I'm pretty sure that happened before.
Like a 6'7",
fucking, Count
265
Chocula
pound
was
man
coaching him in the
punched you in the
corner.
face and you have that little tiny dot. It's like, I don't know.
I hate her so fucking much.
Yeah,
Everyone
he's a
overrates
for
her.
going off with Ronda.
Everyone overrates
Ronda
her.
Rousey
She's
is just.
she's the
I
reason
can't
why
fucking stand her.
MMA exists. Or female MMA exists. I'm like, you're just
Oh,
illiterate.
man.
It's like you forget about Gina Carano and all the rest of the women. Fuck Ronda Rousey. Yep. I hope that
Yeah.
that was a mistake.
How about Cyborg?
Well,
Like,
and the
come
way
on
she
now.
lost. Well, and the way she lost, it wasn't like
I don't care
really-
that Nunez
like
beat
it
her.
was skill. I'm
Like,
not
she
gonna
was
say it
bound
wasn't.
to lose
But
eventually.
let's look at it honestly.
It really doesn't
Cyborg, I
matter.
think, thought that she had her hurt because she was curled up against the cage, and thought, "I'm gonna get her out now." And
Yeah.
she went hook to hook instead of using her jabs, which is retarded. She should have picked her apart further and then went for it. She got clipped.
Yep.
And she ate like 8 other humongous shots that would have put anyone else out. So she has a chin. It's just, now you know better for next time. You know better for next time.
I
Well,
don't.
she's fighting home, but the talk is that it's supposed to be
I don't think there'll
Cyborg
be a next time. I
versus
think she's gonna take her
Rondamie,
win and be happy with it and go to
that after
135.
home, it's gonna be, if Cyborg wins, it's Cyborg and Nunes. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yep.
No way.
Now that she lost.
Now
Yep.
Derondame's gonna fight her.
Yep.
Fucking coward.
I would even go. Yeah.
What a fucking
It's like,
coward.
fuck, she's gonna
But
get
because now she
I
looks
hope she
steaming,
just knocks Jermaine
and
out.
she's at the end of her career. Now I'll fight her.
You really think so? I know, but do you really? I just think she made a mistake.
No, she is, bro. It's sad, but she's at the end of her career.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has an end. Yeah, everyone has an end. The
I
reign
know. I
was
don't
someone
think
was
she's
going to
done
end it.
just yet. Yeah,
Someone
but I mean,
was
just
going
the way
to
it
end
happened. It's like if she got dominated,
You know what I mean?
I would agree.
Someone was going to end it, and Nunes
No,
ended it.
she's like 33, 34. But I think
She's not a young woman either,
no,
is
she
she?
started when she was really young, so she's got some years left. Yeah.
Really? I
started when
thought she was
like,
38, 39.
That helps. No, I mean Robbie looked okay.
She's just been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, hey,
Well,
what's
she doesn't also take
that
damage though
not
either,
necessarily
so
good
that
either.
also helps. But I know what you mean.
It helps to a degree.
But I just like. But still, it's a long time she's been there.
Oh yeah, that's true. She probably has longevity
Oh.
there.
Oh yeah.
He really hasn't been fucked up. Hey,
Well,
but
it
what
was
about
back
that
and forth, but it
kickboxing
was
fight she
the other
took or
chick
whatever?
won for
Didn't,
sure.
Some chick
it wasn't her
kick
sport.
her ass pretty bad in Muay
Right?
Thai, or
But that chick had been. No one would fight that Jarena Barrs chick for 3 years. Everyone ducked her, and she's like undefeated. It's like,
right,
well,
right.
you know, she didn't get finished. She. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like.
Oh, that's good then.
There's so many.
See, I
of
didn't
them.
see the fight. I just heard that like some girl like kicked her
Well,
ass.
she did.
It was
but
probably some
it's
person
not
that
like
beat
she got
Cyborg was
destroyed.
like, got her ass
But
kicked.
she
and I
definitely got
believed
outpointed.
it.
And did get
Oh my
hit
gosh,
a
she
lot.
got her ass kicked.
Kunitskaya. Mm-hmm.
I thought Foxy Yana was going to end
It definitely
the
has to.
streak. Like, because I always felt, listen, I love Cyborg, but I felt like the streak's going to end sometime. You know what I mean?
I knew
like
if
it's
anyone-
going to end sometime.
I knew if anyone
and I
was
was
gonna
like, I
do it,
thought
it was
that
gonna
was
be
the girl to do it.
Nunes.
I was shocked
Just
Nunes
because
did it.
they're similar.
I did not think
but
for a second.
I didn't think Nunes would do
Really?
it. But I mean, again, how much credit am I going to give Amanda Nunes when
Yeah,
she acts like a
same.
fucking... She's a retard who acts like a coward against Valentina. She pulls out on the day, and yet she's not fucking injured. She just didn't want to fight. And it's like... and she's talking about retirement and doing all this other dirty shit. And it's like... it's just... This is, Cyborg's fault. I mean, just like Aldo's loss to Connor, I still think that's what happens, is Connor wins, but he made it look way better for Connor than that, right? I blame Aldo for acting like an idiot, not Connor. Yep. And that's what I'm thinking, like, you might be right,
I mean,
Absolutely.
Aldo was another one, though, bro.
but it's like,
it was going to end someday.
it's hard to tell, right? It's like,
yeah, I
it's
like
always
him
hard to
too,
tell
but
in
it's
those
going to
things.
end one day.
But you never know. No.
Let's the reason why I thought Yana could do it was the girl has
know.
never even been rocked. I'm not saying she's ever lost. She lost by submission, but she's
she's
never even been
strong.
hurt. So I was like, this is a girl that has a chin.
And she's
yes, she's
strong.
been submitted, but she's dealt out her fair deal of submissions too. She's the current Invicta champion.
Mm-hmm.
She's not small. She's strong. I was like, this
Yep.
might be the girl to do it. And you know what? So she got her ass kicked, of course, as we know.
The
But
thing is, it was kind of
now
short
she went on
notice,
to.
though.
Now she's on a
She
win
did.
streak.
She did.
So she's clearly not like some
The
chump.
reason why I picked Cyborg,
She took out Lena Landsberg. She took out
I don't
Marion
think we'll
Renell.
ever mention her again, probably in the foreseeable future.
Renell or Renell? I'm saying it wrong. Yeah.
You know, she's probably like 36 or something. Yeah,
It's
but
true.
it's like
It's
I look
like,
at
oh,
it
fuck her.
and I don't
Whatever
know,
her name
man.
is.
It's always
Yeah,
tough to
she's
judge
done.
when you're trying to judge someone how much longer they have left in that tank. I would rather, if I'm UFC right now, I'm putting Cyborg Megan Anderson on. That's the fight. Number one contendership.
Right.
Has to fight Nunes next. Instantly. I think that's fair. Because I don't want Cyborg to get an instant rematch. Instant rematches usually don't go back to the champion. And I don't agree with them. If I'm her agent, I'm not fucking agreeing to that. You just got knocked out. Let's take a different opponent. Let's take some time, get some confidence, and then fight her. Why go right back to it when you just got starched? It's not smart. At all. Francis Ngannou and Junior Dos Santos
Yeah,
is
I think that would
confirmed
be a
from
good
what I can
fight.
tell. That's going to be a good fight. I got to go Junior, but who knows if he gets clipped.
Ngannou and Dos Santos, eh?
You got really good technique, and then you got power. I mean, he just took out Lewis, but
Man.
Junior was able to get hit a couple times. But
Yeah.
I think if someone's gonna beat Francis on the feet, it's probably Junior. He doesn't need to clinch. He uses his range. It's hard to bet against Francis.
I like Junior in this
I
fight
know.
too, but here's what I'm saying. Yeah, Francis is a killer. But I think we're gonna have another, unfortunately, I know people don't want this. I think we're gonna have another case of,
It was a shitty fight.
I think it's gonna look like the Derek
there was
Lewis
no
Ngannou
winner.
fight. Where Lewis had the slight edge and got the win, even
I think
though
we're gonna get.
we all lost that fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a shitty fight. I think that's what we're going to get with JDS and Ngannou again, man.
I mean,
I think we're going to
might
get a
be
shitty
right.
fight,
That's
and
very
Junior
possible.
wins by
I would
landing
probably
a
agree
few
with
more
that.
shots. But that's what I really think.
I don't know. Francis is getting kind of cocky though.
I think they're both going to really respect
Detox,
the other's
what do you
power
think? Who do
to
you
the
got?
degree that we get a shitty fight because of it.
Basically,
I'll
Junior
probably
throws kicks
go with
though,
Ngannou
but
just because,
he
like, the
doesn't
idea
throw
of
often.
anybody, like, because it's gonna be a boxing fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hands.
He should
so,
throw in this fight.
Yeah, he does.
Boxing.
Little fucking spinning head kicks and shit. I mean, he might throw some of those in there, but primarily, like, it's gonna be hands.
Leg
and
kick the fuck
I
out
just,
of him.
yeah, like Ngannou, trading with Ngannou, like, I feel like you need to mix it up against Ngannou to, like, really, because, like, you were saying earlier,
Totally.
right, you were saying, like, it's different when you're fighting somebody who doesn't have to worry about being taken down. That changes the fight completely. So if you're fighting Ngannou and he's not worried
got
that
confidence.
you're gonna take him down, or,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying, do all that
I
extra
agree.
shit, like, I feel like
I
he's even
agree.
more
It's
dangerous
very
then
possible.
because he can throw
That's
caution
very
to the
possible.
wind a
It
bit
could
more.
be 30 seconds,
Right.
just like Kane, But
So yeah,
the thing is, it's like,
I'd go with Ngannou, honestly.
Oh, he's a damaged fighter, though.
I think Junior's technically better.
He's
though.
got some
like I think
chinks in that
Junior's
armor.
technically a better boxer,
But
and all around
We've
just
seen
a better MMA
we've
fighter.
seen far less confidence
Yeah,
from
exactly.
Ngannou if he gets broken.
He's already
What I would
taken
do
a
if
lot.
I'm Junior, my game plan is the first thing I'm doing is I'm leg kicking the fuck out of him. I am slowing Francis down so he can't close distance, and I'm kicking the fuck out of his legs. I'm faking kicks and then throwing some punches, lots of
Right.
jabs, lots of movement, lots of footwork, and then maybe throw a spinning kick to keep him off me, move around him, and just keep picking apart the legs. And when he thinks I'm going for a leg shot, I go high for a kick, and then land some combos. But I'm not
Right.
really gonna try and ever engage him and try and go for a finish unless I know he's fucking hurt. Like, unless I know it, I don't recommend Junior goes in guns blazing because he's gonna get caught. Like, it's fucking dangerous fight either way, but that's what my game plan would be.
Exactly. Like, if I was,
No.
yeah, that's similar here. Like, I would definitely, like, the first round for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to trade punches at all. Like, I'll throw some just to, like, keep him guessing, but mainly leg kicks. leg kicks and throwing high kicks,
Oof,
body
you
kicks,
gotta-
just to like
Oh,
mix it up a
fuck
little bit.
no.
Then as the fight progresses
They'll
into the
send-
later rounds, then you can start trying to trade with him. But those
It'll be like a
early
Smash
rounds,
Brothers
hell
fucking video
no,
game.
bro.
Just knock you out of the fucking off the
You
map.
gotta make him work a little bit before
It's-
you wanna fucking fuck around with this punch.
Fuck yeah. Who do you guys got? Volkanovski or
Yeah, off
Aldo
the
at
screen,
UFC
like-
237? Ooh, I know.
Ooh, that's interesting. A little young upcomer and a fucking legend.
That's
Who's
a huge
Alexander the
fight.
Great fighting?
I'm gonna go Volkanovski
Aldo.
because Aldo's talked about retirement
Mm.
and like going into boxing and a few other things, and I'm like, you already got one foot out. I gotta go with the other guy. But it's Aldo. You never know.
Right.
Like he. Was it Jeremy Stevens?
Right.
I'm trying to remember.
Who is Aldo's last fight?
'Cause
Did
he
he
like
win
body
his last
shot at
fight?
Jeremy Stevens. I think.
I think he won his
I
last
think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing about Aldo is he still looks good to me, but he obviously he fought Max Holloway twice, and it's like, you know, I like
If I'm
yeah,
Edgar,
Max
I'm
is
going
better
after
than
Aldo
Aldo,
now.
like undoubtedly now at this point. But as for the rest of the division, are they better than Aldo? I
right.
don't know. Like
Yeah.
right.
It was Hanato Moicano?
Highly
Oh yeah,
touted.
yeah, and he beat him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kicked his
I
ass.
blame
And
Aldo.
that kid wasn't that kid
He
like
might.
like a little buzz
Volkanovski's
around him?
tough,
Yeah.
though. Like what he did to Chad
So I still
was
think Aldo might have.
Yeah, he's ranked number
That's
5.
That's so tough. I'll go with Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
but
that's a
I
tough.
don't know.
That's a hard
That's
fight
tough
to
because
pick.
Alexander's tough,
Like
but
regardless,
it's
that's a
only
hard
3
fight to
rounds.
pick.
I should go with Aldo. If I was betting money, I'd probably pick Aldo, but I'll take the underdog. I think it's those leg kicks though. Those fucking leg kicks of his, I think will.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They eventually don't. It's weird.
You know what I fucking hate?
You're
I
right.
feel like fighters that have really good leg kicks, eventually you just never see them throw leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
yeah, it's so
you're not gonna
frustrating.
use it.
It's like so frustrating to
Doesn't-
me. It's like Jesus Christ.
they're
It's
getting
like
older,
one of your
maybe.
most powerful tools. Right. I don't know if it's like they feel like,
Probably.
yeah. I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because they feel like their opponents are planning
I
for them
think
to throw
so.
leg kicks all the time, so they
I mean,
try and
that's why I was
refrain
so
from it, or
intrigued by
if it's
Gaethje
like
versus
I don't even
Barboza.
fucking
This is
know.
gonna be
But
a
yeah,
leg
that's
kick war.
probably what it is.
Gaethje doesn't give a
But
fuck.
still, man, like, right.
I don't think Barboza anticipated that.
And it
He
pretty
should
much
have,
was,
but,
you know, for
like
for
he
as
fucking
long as
looked
it
hurt right
lasted.
from the
There
very
was
first
quite a
one,
few
and
leg
he
kicks
just kept
thrown.
doing it and didn't give a fuck. And then you start doing it out of anger. It's
Right.
like on the same leg.
Mm. Yeah, there was like one point in that fight where he threw like
Oh,
4 or 5
like
not leg kicks,
he's
but just
done.
kicks in general.
He got
There was like
fucked
a point
mentally.
where he threw like 5 of them in a row and missed
Yeah,
every single
he got
one.
fucked
And after
mentally.
that happened, I was like, yeah, he's fucked.
Fucking
Like
hell.
he's a little frustrated or something. Yeah.
I think
Justin
Homer's
Gaethje.
Simpson
I was
is
scared too. I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
I
man!
think Homer
How many brain
Simpson's
cells
fine.
do you guys think Justin's gonna lose tonight?" You know, and he actually barely took any damage. Right.
I know. What the fuck?
You see
Gaethje
those memes? I
tattoos?
see those on Instagram and like those the little
I
Homer
was so-
fucking
okay,
drawings.
how
of
shocked were
Justin
you at
Gaethje and
WrestleMania when
shit.
Lesnar lost for like a minute and a half? I saw
Pretty
your
funny.
post on Facebook. I'm like, well, he's definitely fighting
Ooh,
DC now.
Very shocked.
I saw your post. It's like, well,
pissed.
WrestleMania's over. They made him curtain jerk.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to see what happened for Ronda.
Yep. Because I was only watching it for Lesnar, I was like, well,
Fuck. Fuck Ronda. Mm-hmm.
Ronda's
too.
all in there.
Oh,
But
fuck
no,
Ronda.
I felt so bad.
But yeah, I ended up watching the
I
whole.
was just like, I don't know.
I watched the whole thing.
And then
but,
to Seth Rollins of all people, like that's like a Braun Strowman. Do that to Braun Strowman
It's
or
like,
someone
no.
big. It's like cool. We built a monster to replace him.
yeah.
I know. But what do you guys got? Lesnar, DC.
Yeah, like I like
Oh, yeah,
Rollins and all,
definitely.
but come on.
Yeah, so you guys watch wrestling
Yeah.
like that?
She.
How is Ronda? Like, is she good at what? Like, is she good? Or...
She's gotten better, but
Nope.
I'm not just
That's
saying
my opinion
this.
too.
She really
She should have worked for
and
it.
I'm not just saying this. She shouldn't have.
She's
have
a
a
Goldberg.
belt. Should have never had
She's
the
like
belt
Goldberg.
Hmm.
Nope, she's
yet.
not
It
good on
doesn't
the
make any
mic.
sense. Yeah, like she's not that good.
No.
And
She's
by
still
not that
dog
good,
shit.
she's not good at all. she's
Just
getting
a
better.
tad
Getting
less of a
better
turd.
doesn't put
She's
it make
better
her
than
good, by
Nia
the way.
Jax, though, because at least she doesn't
She's just
injure
not
every
like
fucking
a
person she
danger
wrestles.
to the
Right.
wrestlers in there right now.
Fat fuck. And then she's a cunt. Fuck that bitch.
Nia Fats.
I gotta go DC, but I don't know. I don't. If
Nia
it was like
Fats.
old Lesnar. Oh, I know you're
Lesnar,
going with
DC
Lesnar.
though. DC.
It's a tough
for
fight,
sure.
though, to be
I mean,
honest, though.
shit.
I mean, it's not a cakewalk.
We know
because
who
of
I'm
the
going
size.
with.
If he hits you with that meat hook,
Yeah.
Going Lesnar. Here's why I'm going Lesnar. Well, like you said, if he hits you with the meat hook, you can feel she wrote. But I was very impressed, Clomafin or not, with his win
he's
against
got
Hunt.
one-hitter quitters.
I know DC's a better fighter than Hunt. However, Mark Hunt he was ranked pretty high when Lesnar fought him. And one-hitter quitters, and he hit Lesnar, and Lesnar took it. Lesnar, and which brings me to my next point. Lesnar has a chin.
He
People
doesn't
can make
like to
all
get
the memes
hit,
they want,
though.
make fun of him all they want about the spin of Rudy and shit. The man's never been knocked out cold.
He has a chin,
He's
but this
never
is the
been
thing.
knocked out cold.
What good is a chin? He doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you
Like,
can
I know
have a
this-
chin, but if you react like a bitch when you get punched in the face and you're in a professional fight, that's never gonna turn out good. Like,
I mean,
if
to
you
me,
curl up
acting,
You
in
could
a
say
ball-
that. Yeah.
I mean, do we say Overeem's acting like a bitch when he's tapped to strikes? I mean, to me, that's acting
mean,
like a bitch.
I agree.
I mean, you could
I
say
mean,
that.
I'm sorry. If you're tapping the strikes because, ow, you're hurting me,
This is
that's
true.
being a bitch. You know what I mean?
But,
Lesnar,
yeah, I guess so.
Lesnar,
I guess
who's
so.
I
an
know.
But
I'm like,
he's inexperienced. I mean, the man had like 3 fights and then he fought for the belt.
all I'm saying is every time
But
I've
now
seen Lesnar
I don't think
get
he's
like.
inexperienced anymore. Now I think we got a real fighter on our hands.
I mean, he could take them
At
though. He's
Every time
101.
I've
tough.
seen
It's
Lesnar
just-
And a
get
really
hit,
good
he
wrestler.
usually
It's
just
just-
curls up. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't know,
he's.
I just don't think he
can agree with that.
can
He can
take
take
him.
it too, though.
I just think he reacts not the way a fighter should be reacting.
But,
like
I
when
mean,
Kane
he
was
can
like
rally back, like, look at
flurrying
Carlin.
him, it was like
Holy
he was just kind of
fuck.
just curling up, just waiting for it to end. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know.
I don't know.
He also
He
didn't look
can.
motivated for
Look
Kane.
at Carmen.
Though.
Carmen beat him worse than that.
I don't think
But
he
he
was
still
motivated enough
went
against
out
Kane.
there and then
He was
finished
just
him.
worried about hunting.
You know what I
and didn't
mean?
shave
I
his
think it would have
beard.
been the same thing if they let the Kane fight go on.
That too.
Well, he was dying against Kane. He was actually dying.
You're making it as like an inhumane fight. Like
Stop listening.
why'd they even make that fight? Like,
Stop.
I have
This
no
man's
idea
a
how they
dying
let that
man.
fight
I don't
go
know,
on.
man.
I don't know how any doctor cleared him.
It's true.
I have no idea how. Like, diverticulitis is a very debilitating condition. Like, he was probably like 40% strength in there. I'm talking like a medically too. This is. I'm not even taking like. I'm not even taking a statistic out of my ass. Like, this is a real percentage. He was probably 40 to 50% strength in there. And then we saw him come back at 100%
it's definitely no
strength
cakewalk
against
for
Hunt.
Cormier because of
And he
size
dominates
and because
the number
of the
5
power
ranked
that he can
heavyweight at the
generate.
time.
I mean, that's what happened with Couture. That too. I think the foot trips will be key.
And the wrestling.
That's
Like, yes,
well,
Cormier's
besides
a nasty
Kane.
wrestler, but
Well, actually,
you know,
no.
now he has a
Lesnar's better.
real. It's the best wrestler he's ever fought.
What happens if DC takes him down
I
within
can
the
see
first
that.
minute of
See,
the first
I
round
think Kane
and
could
late
get, I think
and
DC
is
can
on
get
top
down
of
with
him
leg
for an
trips 'cause he
entire
loves
round?
doing those and being more
You know what I'm
top heavy
saying?
like
Like-
Brock is. But only
For
Joan.
sure.
Well, I mean, he was able to
Like
throw.
with the ability to mix punches,
I
and
haven't
kicks
seen
and
Cormier
all
get taken
that.
down.
I think Cormier could easily
Barnett
take Brock
looked-
down.
flipped him on
man.
his fucking
I
head.
think
Yeah,
he could
albeit
That's
for
no
easily
Joe.
take
fucking
Brock
light
down.
guy either.
I'm sorry, that
That would be
replaying all his
fucking
heavyweight
hilarious
fights in
though
my
if he
head.
did that to Brock. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good. If anyone
Yeah,
could, it's
yeah.
Lesnar. If
Did any
anyone
heavyweight
could,
take
it's
Cormier
Lesnar.
down? I don't think a heavyweight's taken him down.
I don't
That's
think
what I'm
anybody
getting at.
wanted
Like,
to
what
even
happens when I'm
attempt
He
to
might.
take
I mean,
fuck
A
that.
bigger
He
heavyweight's on
might.
top of him.
I
You know
can't.
what I mean?
I can't dismiss
I
that
don't
as
know.
a
I love
possibility.
Lesnar.
I
think
can't
he takes
dismiss
him
that as a
down, pounds him out.
possibility, but I will say this.
Really?
I really do.
That's not happening, bro.
Well,
I really think
It's a
so.
Probably.
possibility, but it's like
Probably,
a high.
but-
I think it's unlikely.
It's an
I
unpopular
really
opinion.
do.
Definitely
Like,
has
I'm
to
probably
be.
the only person that you're gonna meet that says that.
No.
I'm not denying
he
that.
doesn't.
Like if he
But,
won, that's the way to win for him, you know. But
Yeah, I don't think Lesnar gets the credit he deserves either. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking three
like,
fights
don't get
and
me
wins
wrong.
the belt.
I think
Like, that's
Lesnar,
impressive.
like compared to a lot of the heavyweights, he
Not
could
at the
probably
moment.
beat them. You know what I'm saying? But once
You
you
have,
get
like,
to like
elite guys
beat,
and then
like
shit.
because you got to remember the heavyweight division isn't really that talented. Like the talent pool isn't really, you know what I'm saying? So. And then yeah, exactly. And DC is like, I feel like he's far beyond like
I think style-wise,
all these
though,
heavyweights
it will allow
anyways.
Lesnar
So
to be at a
I
higher
mean, I think
advantage
Lesnar
than
could do
most
good in
others.
heavyweight, but against DC,
Because of that wrestling.
I don't know, man.
I do too.
Yeah, because of
I like
the
this
wrestling
fight
and the size.
stylistically
Yeah,
for Lesnar. Hey, to be honest, because it's not that Cormier can't knock someone out. He clearly can.
The leg kicks
But
are what
it's not going
concerns
to be his
me,
main
but-
focus. You know what I mean? He's
Oh, I
really
agree.
looking to
Lesnar's gotta
clinch
be
and
stronger.
grab, and I think that's right up Lesnar's alley.
hmm
I think he's much stronger than him.
I just think
And
the
Lesnar
technique
didn't
mixed with the striking
Try to
and
do the
all
Olympic
that
trials.
mixed
We don't know
together.
what kind of wrestler
Oh, man.
Lesnar would have been after
Here's the thing,
college.
though.
We just
Here's
know
the
he
thing
was
that
an
makes
NCAA
me-
Division I champ.
Here's the
We
thing
don't
that
know what
makes
he
me
would have
that
done
makes me give
because he went
pause.
right to WWE.
We saw Randy Couture time for
He went for the
rounds.
dollar signs.
Lesnar was on top of him, but Couture was able to negate a lot of shit and was able to. I was surprised to get out from under Brock. I didn't think anyone could do that, and it was like Randy Couture was like 220 pounds, and I'm like, how's this old fucking little guy getting out from under fucking Lesnar? And then he got clipped behind the ear. Good
Right.
technique. True. Good tech. No, they both were champs.
Old and small, but nonetheless
both
the
were.
heavyweight champ.
Going into that one.
I'm
Right
saying
IQ.
we can say he's old and small, but he was still the champion. Yeah, like all the same, he was still a champion. And also, I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know what
I'm
his
going to
level
Google
was,
soon
though.
if you guys don't know, but
But I know
wasn't
he's
Randy
supposed to be, but I don't,
a high-level
you know what that is.
Greco-Roman
It's like
wrestler?
so-and-so is good, but so-and-so is better. I don't know. It all changes when it's MMA. Okay, well then there we go.
Yep, here it
I
is.
mean,
Olympic alternate, Greco-Roman wrestler.
there we go. Here's how I see the fight.
So,
I see
I
DC.
mean, if
mixing it
someone's
up.
going to
I
clinch
think
you up,
I think Brock
It's an
presents
Olympic
problems. He
alternate
gets against the
Greco-Roman
cage.
wrestler.
He tries to do stuff. Cormier runs about and maybe catches him with a couple punches, but nothing solid enough. Gets maybe a takedown at the end of the round. Wins the round. And then I think Cormier's going to have to play the long game, not get hit with anything stupid. And I think when Brock's tired, I think Cormier just gets on top of him and the ref will come in and stop the fight, or he'll get a sub. One of the two. I just see 3 or 4. I'm thinking 3. I don't know how much cardio Brock has at this age.
So what round do you
though,
think that would happen in second?
WWE
Is
stuff.
what you're saying, or you think it would happen?
I don't know his
in, like-
cardio, but it depends. If Brock's in good shape,
Yeah.
that changes a lot of things for my prediction. And it's very possible.
Mhm.
All he has to do is land one huge shot. No. I don't think so.
Well, regardless, he
I
ain't
don't
gonna have
think
better
so.
cardio than DC.
But he might
I
not
don't
need
think
it.
that's
the whole
even a
thing.
possibility.
If I'm Lesnar
like, there's
and
no
I'm
way.
in his camp, I'm pushing hard for the first
No
2 to
way.
3 rounds as hard as we can go. Because it just
That's
gets
true.
more unlikely. I gotta go all out against DC to catch him. I don't think he can play the long game with DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about cardio though. Like, I'm thinking DC's gonna try and
Oh,
tire
sorry,
him
I just
out
got a
and then
funny
win
text.
late.
Are
I
we
think
talking
that's
about
what DC's
Lesnar
game plan
playing
would
the
be.
long game with TC?
You think he could go 5? Yeah, but that's Heath.
Maybe a bad
But the
idea.
gra-
I don't know if Lesnar's going to get tired
But
out.
Herring didn't really.
I remember the fight with Heath Herring.
It's easier
Dude,
when you're
remember the fight
controlling
with
the
Herring?
pace, though.
He didn't even sweat.
But it's easier when you're
15
controlling the
minutes
pace.
of taking
though.
a guy down, punching
He's
him
a
out.
machine, but I mean,
You know what I
he's
mean?
older
Like,
now.
no
He's been doing
way
WWE
is he going to get
stuff.
tired.
You don't think
No
he is?
way is he going to get tired. The man's
He started
a
looking a
machine.
little gassed.
He's not going to get tired, bro. He's not
Well,
going to get
I
tired.
wouldn't say that
no.
necessarily.
He'd get
either,
tired
though.
No
way
way.
I
before
wouldn't-
Daniel would ever
See,
get tired.
here's
I
the
can say
thing.
that much.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
give
not
a
gonna
how
damn.
much cardio
Fatty
DC's
is
going to
going to
have
get
carrying
tired. That's
all
who's going to
that
get
weight.
tired if it goes deeper.
Well, I think he has some. I think he'll have. True.
None.
But
None whatsoever.
I mean,
just-
how many
I
fights
think a
does he
longer
have
fight
in
favors
heavyweight?
a
He's
guy
fought
this
at
much
heavyweight plenty
size,
of
though.
times. It's not like he fucking isn't used to that weight.
well, they've been.
His long fights have been awful, too. Awful.
Yeah, they're not the most exciting thing.
DC's
I'm just
fights
saying,
that
like-
lasted a long time were awful. Like, I wanted to turn them off. They were so bad. It was so bad. At least Lester's long fights, the one that there was him kicking the shit out of someone. And
See, I don't know.
He
See,
punched
I don't know
Heath
how
Herring
good
so
DC's
hard,
cardio
Heath
is
Herring
going
did a
to be either,
backflip.
though. Because he's
Yeah, I
carrying that
remember
much
that.
amount of weight. We never got
That
to see
was
it against
nuts.
Stipe. But, as I said, though, it's always easy. This is going to be difficult to say, because it's always... It's
I agree
always
with
going to
you.
be...
He's not going to
It's
have
always
any.
going to be easier when you're controlling the pace, which is why Lesnar looked cardio.
I don't know if he's gonna need
DC
it,
again.
though.
It's so
That's
much
my one
easier to
fear.
control the pace and control your cardio if you're the one dictating where it's at and what's going on. It's a lot easier. When someone's pushing back, you're using reserves you're not supposed to. So it's, I don't know. The cardio one's an interesting one, but I'm just thinking. I think that's Daniel's plan.
Well, I was going to say my only fear.
He might.
I hope
fuck.
that's Daniel's plan.
They were
Because
very
my fear is
surprised.
Cormier landed a shot like he did on Stipe or something.
Who knows? He
That's
set
my
that
only
up.
fear. Lester chin
He
or
set
not,
that up.
you know what I mean? If he gets hit hard like that, you know, he's probably going to drop. You know,
could be.
and
Well, and he
but
also
Yeah,
I,
he
I
said
do
he,
still favor
seen
Lester.
that,
But
like,
one
he
way I
trained
think
I
he'll
can see
lose
that.
will
He
be
gets
that.
hurt.
If he does lose, it's like that. It's by a bomb.
They
I
were
could see
very
Lesnar getting
surprised
submitted.
that he was knocking out sparring partners.
I don't really like Cormier, but I think his power is
Getting a
borderline
rear naked choke or
underrated.
something.
He did. I mean, he scared Rumble.
Like
He scared Rumble.
I think he
right off
he
the
might
bat
have
in
one
the
of.
second fight.
I think he has one of the hardest punches, probably.
Like that was shocking. He
I
said he was
really
going to
don't like
strike
the
with
guy.
him in the first
Yeah.
fight.
Mm-hmm. Rumble also
Holy
dropped him.
fuck.
Fucking speaking of
I don't know.
big dudes,
I think Cormier
fucking
tried to
Rumble
grapple
now.
him and then-
Jesus Christ.
Why didn't
I
Rumble
don't know.
jump on him when he dropped him? What was he thinking?
Rumble's fucking
He
stupid.
backed
though.
up.
He's fucking
He dropped him,
stupid.
but Rumble didn't go at him. He dropped him, and he backs up, to my recollection.
Yeah, Rumble
He got-
was weird. Honestly, I feel like he threw that fight.
Well, and I
I don't
think
know.
the
There's
fact
something
that I think
about
he's
like
mentally
his
breakable,
last
though.
like couple fights. He
can
just
break
seemed like
mentally
he just
so
wanted
easily.
to just
and Daniel
not be a
did
fighter
that right
anymore.
at the start in the second fight, because he was so convinced Cormier was not going to be
Oh, yeah,
for
striking
sure.
with him. And when Cormier threw that huge shot and it landed and hit his hand, he backed the fuck up right away, and he's like, "Oh shit, he ain't playing." Then he got scared and got put in a different mindset. He wasn't the killer anymore. It's like, you can do that to a fighter. You can just mind fuck him so bad. And he did that with the beating in the first fight. That's the thing, though. They were surprised at how strong Cormier was. He was knocking out training partners. They're like, "You're not cutting any weight. We're keeping this amount of weight." And he's like, "Really? It's kind of a little too heavy." And they're like, "It's perfect." And then he sets his fight IQ is, I think, what's going to help him in this fight. I think DC's got a better fight IQ than Lesnar. And I think that'll help him a lot, because he's going to need it. If you're going to land a big shot like that, Brock doesn't just
DC's
leave
fight
himself
IQ
open
is-
necessarily. You know what I mean? He's not just that bad. Like, he protects himself. He does. And he's not like he just leaves his chin
He has a
exposed.
pretty good guard.
He's going
He
to be
does.
protecting that fucker.
He has a pretty good guard. He has a hard punch himself. Because Couture's no
would hope.
bitch. You know
Just
what
one
I mean?
bicep.
To drop him.
Well, with the
and
arms
finish
the
him with
size of
punches.
his, fuck, he better be able to block his chin, bro. All he has to do is fucking just make a huge show.
Put his hands
I
up.
think
Yeah.
whichever
With
fighter
his forearms,
blows their
bro. His
wad
forearms
first is
are
going
like
to
a
lose.
fucking like two big ass shields right there, dude.
So, I think
Yeah.
whoever there's risk in going for it early and then gassing late. It could be a problem. This is why it's no cakewalk, and I think anyone who says it's an easy win, I can't think that. There's so many variables. Like,
It's not, unless they're so
I don't
underrated.
see this.
I don't
That's
think it's an
probably-
easy
I think
win,
that's
but
why
I
I
think
jump
it's
on
like
it
a-
though, but I
much,
think the
maybe, to a
odds of
degree.
winning are very.
I think
just
he
think how
wins
underrated he is.
9 times out of
underestimating
10.
Lesnar's odds of winning. They're pretty good. I wouldn't say favorite. The thing is, it's like,
Up until
Two.
Stipe, he had the
Two.
most title defenses.
no one
How
else
many
did.
is
No
that?
one else had any other
Like,
ones.
that gets
One.
discredited.
Yep.
Two. It's
Really?
impressive at heavyweight.
Couture?
It's impressive. If you
Well,
only
yeah.
three guys had
Fuck
two.
that guy.
Only three
Jesus
guys.
Christ. Nice
Lesnar
guy, by
Kane
the way. It's
and
just-
the Fadiac, Tim Sylvia. There was only three guys though. Before Stipe, there were only
Fuck
three
that
guys
guy. Nice guy, by the way.
that had two title defenses. You had Kane,
he's only
Lesnar,
had
and
one
Tim
title
Sylvia. That was
defense,
it.
right? Lewis?
Before Stipe. And Cormier,
Oh, yeah,
I
he's
don't
definitely
know,
not
has
breaking
he
that
done it yet?
record. Well, maybe not. I mean, if he beats if him and Jones, if I'm Jones,
He's probably
I'm
gonna
not fighting
retire
Cormier at
before he
heavyweight.
even has the chance to do that.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, but I think that would be the most fair thing, right?
Right.
But then we
He's
don't
been
know.
saying that
Maybe
he's like,
Jones moves up to
that would be in
heavyweight.
his favor and all that shit.
I mean, it's just because Daniel cuts a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Why would it? I don't know if it would be fair. I mean, I think what's more fair is Daniel is always very fat and then cuts down the 205. So what's
Oh,
not fair
well,
about it
I
this
just
time,
think
I
it just
feel.
wouldn't-
You know what I mean? Whereas Jones, he'd probably have to
No.
start eating to be a heavyweight.
Yeah, I guess
mean,
so. I'm just saying, like,
He's got very thin legs.
Cormier's got to make up that
He can't
difference
put on
in
weight
size
easily.
somehow. But Jones has no problem cutting the weight, though, so what's his excuse? Give him a towel. But, if he fights Cormier at heavyweight, I think Cormier wins. I think Cormier's too depleted at 205. And that's, his own doing, right? But I think he's too depleted. I mean, he just doesn't have the same power. He probably has better cardio, but he doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that X factor kind of thing. And I'm always a more bigger proponent of people not cutting weight. I'm a big believer in that. The less weight you cut, the better you're gonna do. Sure, there's size differences and shit they have to deal with. There's a healthy area. So Detox, we were talking about Colby against Usman. Who do you got for that fight?
Right.
Detox? I don't know.
Detox still there?
I'll go Colby.
I'm going Usman by decision, but a dominating decision. Colby's growing on me though.
I'll go Colby by split.
Colby by split. Well, we both think he's going to decision.
Or just barely. Yeah, I don't think either guy gets finished. I just don't think they have... I think stylistically, when two guys are very similar, I think it poses problems.
Sure.
So I guess we should probably cover the pay-per-view that's happening this weekend.
Yeah, we didn't talk
much
about it.
Your boy, fucking Max Holloway. Your favorite.
Is there anybody else?
Is there anyone else?
Anybody else? He's like a fucking drunk leprechaun.
Fucking hate him so much.
I know, but I don't think I'm gonna pick Holloway in the hopes that in some reverse land kind of way it fucks Holloway over and Poirier wins. But I don't know. I don't think Poirier is gonna win. I just don't have that confidence in him.
I mean, have they ever fought each other?
They did, but that was when Max was 20.
Ooh. So by
Max,
the way
that
you
was
said
his very
that,
first loss.
because I haven't seen it, I was going to say, did he beat him then? Oh, hang on a minute, my wife's calling.
He did.
One moment.
So we were talking about Poirier and Max Holloway. So Poirier basically submitted him right at when that was his first loss. Max looked good, but overall Poirier just tapped him out.
Yes.
But he was 20. That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's guys that rematch people they've lost to and they come back and win, but there's also guys that rematch people they lost to and they lose to them again. And I really hope that's the case.
Some
this
guys
time.
have your number. I hope so too, but I don't think Poirier's the guy.
Yeah, me either. But however, I didn't know that Poirier had a win over him. So that kind of it makes me have a little more belief. Like, hey, maybe Poirier has his number.
I actually want. Here's my thinking. I want Max to win, and then I want Khabib to destroy Max and take his soul. I want him to win, only to set him up for a much bigger, much more destructive failure down the line.
So he has to fight Khabib. He's gonna fight Khabib, not has to, but that's the plan.
Yep, because it's the interim title.
Yeah, that'd be nice too. Khabib would fuck him up.
Rape him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even be close. Like, if he got Max down once, the fight's over.
Knock it off,
Max
Rover.
coming back.
I mean it.
But Poirier's gotten really good now. So, I don't know who to pick. That's a tough one. I'll take Max, but I'm not very confident with it. Oh, and then your other favorite fighters fighting on the same card.
Is it empty? Sorry.
No worries.
I'm ready.
So, how do you think the fight's going to go down? Like, what do you think? Poirier, Holloway.
Real quick, who is my other favorite fighter?
How do you think? Oh, it's going to be Adesanya and Gastelum
Oh my
for the
god.
interim
Okay, we'll get to
middleweight
that
title.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Holloway will probably just smoke Poirier early with punches, and that'll be that.
Very possible. I mean, that's what Connor did.
So that's what I think will happen. What do I want to happen? I want, however Poirier beat him the first time, to do it again. You know, armbar, whatever the fuck it was. That would be nice.
I wonder if I think it'll go to a decision.
I'll be cheering for
But
Poirier.
I got Holloway winning. Oh, me too. I'm not a big fan of Max Holloway.
Yeah.
He's gotten way too cocky, way too fast.
Is there anybody
He needs to be
else?
humbled.
It's like, shut up.
Let's go to your other favorite fighter. And you know what? I didn't think I was going to pick him, but I'm going to. I'm picking Adesanya to beat Gastelum.
Really?
I just have a feeling. I was shocked when I started thinking it, but the more I keep thinking about it, I think he's going to do it.
I think
Because
Kelvin's too much for him. I think Kelvin's...
he might be.
I don't think he's fought a grappler like Kelvin before, and I think he got rushed to a title shot. And you know what?
He
Kelvin's not
definitely
even
did.
the real champ. Robert Whittaker is, so it's really irrelevant anyway. But I think Kelvin's too much for him. I think Kelvin will do what he wants.
It's very possible. As I said, I was picking Gastelum, and now that it's fight week, and I'm looking at things, and it's like, the weigh-in will be the ultimate decider for me, but I'm actually leaning towards, as the more I keep breaking down the styles in my head, I keep thinking Israel's actually gonna do it. Because I looked at the Uriah Hall fight, and it's a close fight with Gastelum and Hall. And it still hasn't really changed my mind. It was razor thin, because Gastelum, as I've noticed, he doesn't use his wrestling, and he should. And he should use it in this fight. But he seems to just kind of meathead his way through and try and strike with people. This is not a guy to strike with. He has to use the wrestling and get him against the cage. I think Gastelum... I think it's going to be a really close fight. But I think... Could be a little fugazi, could be a little, some shenanigans. Maybe everyone thinks Gastelum will win 3-2. But I think Israel could take it. And I think it'll be arguable who wins. But I'll take Israel. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I am surprised, because I'm the exact opposite.
Me too.
I think Calvin's much better in every way. I really just haven't been impressed with Israel. I think he lost to Vittori, and he got this push that should never have been. And I think we're going to find that out now that he's fighting a real opponent. This is his first real opponent, and I think that's that. I mean, that Anderson Silva fight was a complete joke, and he still lost a fucking round to him. And Andy's pretty fucking old right now. He's in his 40s. I mean, I don't know how this warranted
on paper
a title fight.
Oh, definitely didn't.
I don't know
how either guy was in contention for how either guy was in contention. Like how Anderson, if he won, he would have a title shot.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
Like we said, hey, Whittaker's the real champ, but he's on a hiatus right now. I guess he's injured or something, so Kelvin's the interim champ. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And who knows how good Whittaker will look after all these injuries he's had. He's had devastating injury after devastating injury. He's starting to look like Kane now.
Yeah, but you know what? He seemed to have made good each time he came back.
It's true. He looked good on his way back. He beat Romero twice. And I have to agree with those decisions.
Bad man.
As much as I wanted Romero to win, and I thought he would win, he gave away those fights.
Yeah.
He gave away those fights.
He could have won.
Act like a retard.
He didn't. I still think that's a fight where, even though he lost twice,
he could win.
I wouldn't mind seeing a third fight.
Win.
A lot of times if someone loses twice to somebody, it's like, all right, that's enough. But
he had your number, but
yeah, those were close fights. I wouldn't mind a third. I mean, I'm a big Whittaker fan though. I'd still be pulling for him, but I like UL too.
Me too.
And I like
It's
Souza.
like I have to face facts. Souza's good, and I feel
really
bad
like
for
the
him.
middleweight
Romero's
division in
injured.
general, especially when Bisping and GSP were in there too. GSP briefly, but
Oh
Bisping
fuck!
in
It
there.
was the
I mean,
it was the best
it
division.
was great. It's still pretty great, but
Oh yeah.
Cockhold's
question.
going up to light heavyweight, but it was still fun when he was there. You know what I mean? Some of the cheer against, like it was good. It was good for the sport.
I think Cockhold needs to move up anyway.
He is.
It's just
he
I
has
think
a
he'll
fight
be
book.
better at heavy. I forgot against who it is. It's some kind of lower.
Hang on.
Isn't it?
I was
Like a
reading
lower
about
rank
it not
guy.
long ago. I wonder if I still have the tab open. Let's see. Of course not.
I'm gonna look up who Jacare is fighting right now. Because he's fighting sometime soon too.
Oh, Jacare is too, eh?
He's
He's
fighting
gonna fight Jan
someone. Trying to-
Blankowitz. Jan Blankowitz?
Oh right, that's who it was.
In July.
Whatever the hell his name is.
So a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jan ever fight in
Well,
Pride?
again, it's like I don't think so. I think he's a little too new.
He's 36. Oh, KSW. I know that's totally different. I just knew he fought somewhere else that's pretty well known.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big fed in Poland, right? That's a pretty big organization.
They're pretty decent. Oh, right. So Romero pulled out against Souza, so now he's fighting Jack Hermanson, is who Souza's fighting. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who's he fighting?
But Jack Hermanson, some Swedish guy.
Is he ranked?
I don't even know. He's a replacement because Yoel got it, like pulled out because of sickness or something.
Oh, Susan and Yoel were supposed to fight again.
Yeah, and then Romero got sick or something. You know
I'm happy
how it goes.
OSP's fighting this card.
Yes. Who's he fighting against? It's Eric Anders or something, right?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Who's pretty good, but I think.
I gotta go. I mean, oh no, he's fighting Krylov, isn't he?
Oh, who's Eric Anders fighting then? Because he's fighting soon too, isn't he?
Khalil Roundtree.
Oh, he's fighting Khalil
Yes.
Roundtree.
No, now you're back.
Okay.
All right, let's recap this. Holloway, Poirier. Who you got? I got Holloway.
I got
King
Holloway.
wants Poirier. But yeah, I think we're all going Holloway on that one. Hates Max Holloway.
Really?
I'm not a big fan.
Anybody
I
else?
love Max.
He's a little too cocky now. I liked him before. Now, not so much. He's way too cocky for his own good. If he fights Khabib, he's gonna get
Is there
humbled.
anybody else?
I
I
don't
have
think he
a
has a
whole 2
chance.
title defenses. Is there anybody else?
It's like, how about the rest of the
How about
division?
13 other fighters? Get to work.
Yep. I mean, good on him for having the balls to try and step up and fight Khabib, but if he fights Khabib, that fight's over.
Oh,
He gets him down once, he's fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, Poirier's got a better chance against Khabib than Holloway does. So, then we covered the Adesanya-Gastelum fight, and surprisingly, I'm taking Adesanya, which I was very surprised at.
Yeah. I don't know, like, that's a tough
I
one.
should
but-
favor Gastelum, I'm just not feeling it, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gastelum just because, like, I feel like he has way more
On
tools.
paper,
Yeah.
he should win.
Right.
On paper,
with his
he should
wrestling
win.
and
Like, and
all that shit.
absolutely.
But he doesn't use
King
his
thinks he's
wrestling
definitely
really,
going to
honestly,
win.
anymore. But if he does,
Yes.
like, he should for sure.
He
It's like-
should.
everyone
He
has
should.
a puncher's
This is the
chance,
guy.
but that's about all Israel has against him. Everyone's got
See,
that
that's the
chance.
thing. I can't. It's like picking against Uriah Hall sometimes. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, yeah, you never know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
He
can
pulled out of his
see
ass,
Izzy,
what he did
like, fighting at range and
Dusting
outpointing
him,
him
but-
and shit. But like, it's just the
Yeah.
fact
Think he'll
that
dust him though.
I think
He
he
could
could,
knock
like,
him out.
after
I guess he could.
after he picks him apart a little bit.
I don't see it.
But
Mhm.
I think Gastelum is gonna win. Like, if he just mixes his wrestling in, which I don't know if he'll even do that because he doesn't really fucking wrestle. But if he does do that, yeah, I
anymore.
think,
He should.
right.
Gastelum. I don't know why, I just got this feeling, like this instinct that's just telling me to pick Israel.
I won't be surprised
And-
if Izzy wins. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, at all. Honestly, like, it wouldn't shock me.
I'm gonna go with a decision. But a close fight that's arguable both ways. But I think Israel will get a decision that some people will think Gastelum won.
Right, like one of those close ones.
I'm thinking, yeah, kind of like the Uriah Hall fight. I was kind of seeing like a repeat.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna say
I
like the
mean,
Bisping Sonnen fight.
And yo, Kelvin, like,
That was
he
like,
has some
yeah.
he lays people out.
It's true.
Like, he lays people the fuck
true.
out.
It's true.
Yo, doesn't he have like he has a huge back. Like, he's wide as fuck for like a guy his size. His upper body is so
Oh, yeah,
wide.
It's thick.
Fucking back is like
See, look at this card. I was debating with Jordan Breen on Twitter. He was shitting on WrestleMania, and he was like, just shitting all over it. I'm like, it's not my favorite WrestleMania, and it certainly has problems. But think about it this way, Jordan Breen, it's $10 a month for WWE Network, and I get every pay-per-view and everything included, as opposed to paying $60 now because of the ESPN deal for a shitty card. So, which is worse?
You know
I'm
what
getting
I
my
don't
money's
understand?
worth for a
How do they
4
have
hour
the nerve
Hit
to
up
charge
them-
us a
hit up
monthly
them
fee,
stream
then charge for
sites.
the pay-per-view?
Yeah. Look at this card. Like, seriously, look at it. You're going to tell me if this is for $60 of your money. Oven St. Preux versus Nikita Krylov is the first fight. They've already fought before. Alan Joban against Dwight Grant. Eric Anders, Khalil Roundtree. Gastelum Adesanya, and Poirier Holloway.
This would be one
Definitely
of the first
not
UFCs I haven't paid for in a very long time.
Well, you have to do it through ESPN anyway.
Well, I have ESPN and I have ESPN Plus, but I'm not going to buy this pay-per-view because Max Holloway is headlining it.
I wouldn't.
That is the
It's
sole
also just a
reason.
shitty card.
Does
I
he
paid
not
for
entertain?
shittier
Is
cards
his
than
fights
this.
not entertaining,
I paid
bro?
for
Like,
Silva Adesanya.
you didn't
I
think
paid
him
for that
versus
shit
Ryan
card.
Ortega is entertaining?
But
That
I
was
will not
so
pay for this shit
entertaining.
card.
That was
They
worth
will not
money.
get
They
$60
found
for
it
me.
under.
Any card Max Holloway's
But, like-
on, I will not pay for.
What's wrong with you?
Is there anybody
hates him
else?
that
After
much.
that, I was like, nope. You didn't get my money.
But you gotta admit, he's entertaining, is he not?
He is, but he's also kind of.
There's
gotten too
entertaining
big
and
for
then
his
there's
britches.
annoying.
No, I'm talking about his fights, bro. I'm not talking about, all the extra shit. I'm talking about
Not
his
him,
fights.
just his.
Like,
Yeah, I think it's for King though. I think it's just he has to listen to him.
No,
all
just
the time,
looking
then.
at him annoys me. So that would include fighting.
But like, I can't believe Jordan Breen was trying to shit on WrestleMania. I was like, dude, $10 for for a month.
Jordan
and I
who?
get every
Who's it?
pay-per-view included. He's an MMA reporter, Jordan Breen. Famous one, has a podcast and a whole bunch of shit. I think he used to be on SureDog or something. And he's just shitting on WrestleMania, and I'm like, right, it's not my favorite WrestleMania, but it's $10 a month, and I get every pay-per-view included.
Yeah.
Every pay-per-view in its history.
Plus all that old content.
And every pay-per-view, yeah, and all the companies they bought out, all in one thing. Whereas I'm paying
An awesome
$60 a
deal.
pay-per-view for a crappy UFC pay-per-view that has 2 fights that I'm interested in, and the rest I'm not even going to bother watching. Like, that's worth $60? I mean, which is a bigger waste of time. I got a 4-hour show just on WrestleMania alone, not even including the other crap, for $10, a 4-hour show that entertained me most of the time with high production quality. And I was able to repeat it over and over again and have it forever.
Yeah.
Or 60 for having a shitty pay-per-view
For
for
a kick in
day,
the nuts.
for 2 fights that I actually want. Like, if this is like UFC 200, absolutely I'm buying it. Absolutely. If it's a huge pay-per-view and there's 3
or
really
100.
good fights that I have to see, yeah, 100 was amazing. That's when they were blowing them out every fucking time. Every one of them was great.
This is what happens when you have something once a month, though, to twice a month.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna run out of...
Yep.
Run out of good fights.
It's just...
Because they also need good fighters to headline the free cards, otherwise no one's going to tune in, as opposed to just building one big power card.
I know. It's just like they have so much shit going on, it's ridiculous. And it's like they still expect you to pay the same amount of money. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, and let's just have a look, let's have a look at... I can't believe you bought that UFC 234.
I bought that
I
card.
wouldn't have bought that one.
Dude, I'm trying to emphasize that's how much I hate Max Holloway. I bought a card with... I bought a shit card for $60, but
You bought, like, the worst...
I don't remember the last time I haven't bought a
Jesus
card.
Christ.
I can't even think of the time.
Damn, that's
Many
crazy.
years ago. Many years ago.
I haven't bought a
maybe-
card for a
Maybe
while.
14 or 15 years ago.
Jesus Christ, King.
You know, I'm a
You need, like,
really
fucking
loyal
punch card.
fan and
For
a really
real.
paranoid fan. I think
I'm
I'm gonna be the one that gets.
I
swapped
found
screen
once I
again,
found
so-
a good streaming site, I was like, yup,
Yeah,
never
I'm like,
again.
bye. Well, I wouldn't say never again, because streaming sites are sometimes
Yeah, like if it's
unreliable.
like if
But
it's like a
if
GSP,
huge one,
yeah,
I'm buying
yeah,
it.
because you don't want to take the
Yeah.
risk, you know, like of just it cutting
No,
out or
I would
lagging.
rather...
Fuck that.
And then see the
See, I'm
result.
worried
of
about
it.
the
Yeah,
risk.
exactly. Ah, fuck, they can't do anything. You just basically could have been like, oh, I clicked on it by mistake.
They can't do
Yeah,
shit.
probably.
Whoops.
How the hell
I-
would they even? I don't
They'd
know.
have to go with the guy who's leaking it first.
Right.
They wouldn't worry about me. They go after the guy who's leaking it. I could just say I accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
even know
look
what
how
UFC
shitty the
is. I
card
just
was,
seen this link
King.
here and I clicked it, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like shit.
My friend sent me something and I didn't know what it was. Like, look how shit this card was, King. I can't believe you bought UFC 234. What the fuck is wrong with you? Look how shit this card is. Jimmy Crute, Sam Alvey, Mortana De La Rosa, Nadia Kassem, Ricky Simon, Hani Yahya, Lando Venata against Marcos Rosa Mariano, and Israel Adesanya against Anderson Silva.
Wow,
That's what you paid
booty.
for.
That's
That
booty.
is the worst
I told.
shit. I mean, granted,
It was a shit card. I
it was
said I paid
supposed
for
to
that shit
have.
card.
Granted, it was supposed to have Gastelum Whitaker.
Oh
but
yeah, that's
Still.
yeah. That was the fucking.
But
I admit it,
still,
I bought
you
it.
bought it
That
after.
was the money
canceled.
fight.
I bought it that night, knowing.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just-
bought it
you know,
knowing that card was not there.
I'm a loyal fan, but I hate Max Holloway, so I will not order his card Saturday night. Any
Like
card
I
that
hate
he's been
John
on,
Jones, but shit.
I
he's
won't
the
even
best.
What if he
consider
fights
it in the fucking
Khabib?
prelims. I will not. Nothing
what
to
happens
do.
if he fights Khabib? Would you buy it?
No, there's nothing that can make me buy
No.
it.
Even
But
if
he's gonna get
If
his
he
ass
fought
beat.
Conor
You
McGregor,
want to see him get his ass beat? You
I
obviously
will
don't
not
hate him.
Wow.
support it.
Ho, 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 ho.
This guy's the ultimate Max Holloway hater. Like, there's no...
Is
Yeah,
there anybody
absolutely.
else? Like right there, I was like, well, $60 less for you,
Yep.
motherfuckers. Like,
All right, Detox. Literally, it was funny. I'll tell you a story. We were watching like the first ever WWE draft back in like 2002, and King absolutely loves Mr. Perfect, and he's a fantastic wrestler. He's a great wrestler, right?
Right.
And here's Taz, not as good a wrestler, but anyway. And I'm like, I fucking can't stand Taz. And King's like, I think Taz is okay. Of course, he's gonna lose to Mr. Perfect if he watched the match. And he like got him in 30 seconds, and they just did a squash match, and Taz won, and he's just like, grabs the microphone, and he's like,
Hey, it seems to me that the perfect pick has become just another victim.
down, and King's like, fuck Taz, I hate Taz now. Instant.
It's just, it all comes down to
He's like,
set off
Taz
just like
it all
sucks.
comes down
Just
to the
another
catchphrase
victim.
and
I was
shit,
like, that's it.
bro, if your catchphrase
I was
is
like,
on
instantly
point,
hated
I
it.
can't.
Instant hate. He went from being like, where I hated Taz, and he surpassed me somehow. He's like, fuck Taz.
Oh my god.
Oh, this was like out of shape, fat Taz with the round head, and
They had the
just looked like
nerve
dog shit.
to let him fucking
To
job.
say that?
Oh my god, just another victim.
Well, and he threw the mic down, and King's like, fuck Taz. And
Fuck
he just started laughing. Just instant. Like
And I
that.
used to actually like him. Like, I liked him. I'm not saying he's one of my
Yeah.
favorites, but I liked him. And my friend Tark, when we were kids, he'd pretend to be Taz, and he'd give me the Taz mission and shit. Like, Taz was definitely a
Do you hate your
respectable
friend now?
wrestler.
Yeah, we know.
It's like, now we're not friends.
Instant block on Facebook.
No, I couldn't do that. No, that was my friend Tark. Yeah, he used to give me the Taz
No.
mission and shit when we were kids. And Taz was definitely a likable character. But then I saw that squash match with Mr. Perfect, and I'm like, Mr. Perfect just jobbed to this fat little toad Taz? Like, absolutely not. It wasn't even prime
Oh my
Taz. It was
God.
like fat commentator Taz.
Fat out of
Just another
Yeah.
victim. 5'4", 300 pounds. Just another victim.
Trying to act
Really?
Yeah.
5'4", 300
Oh,
pounds.
he's
my
terrible.
God.
No
He's
neck
so
at all.
small.
It looked like his head was
Jesus.
just sitting
Yeah,
on his
well.
body and he'd wobble to the ring.
He's just some fucking retard from Red Hook.
No. Just another victim. Is there
It's just like
anybody
instant
else?
hate. It's like when you realize that Goldberg officially ended like Bret Hart's career. You just like instantly hate Goldberg.
Hated Goldberg after that. And I used to
Instantly.
like Goldberg. I had a Goldberg shirt and everything.
And then you're-
Injures Bret Hart. That's it.
Fucked. Burns the shirt.
Yep. It's like, that's it. It's like, fuck
What do you think of
Goldberg.
that fan attacking Bret Hart? Yeah, fuck Goldberg.
Fuck him.
What did you think of that fan attacking Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame thing before WrestleMania?
That fan is a piece of garbage.
See, that's where Travis the Bum Brown started whooping
He
his
broke
ass.
he broke that
Oh
losing
man,
streak that night.
he got an ass beating he was not expecting. Yeah, this guy went in there next.
I
to
think he
another
was
UFC
expecting
fighter
it.
on top, you beating the shit out of you. Like, oh. my
Apparently he's some terrible MMA fighter, apparently.
Right.
Some amateurish fucking, like Lex or something.
Oh my god.
Love you, Lex. That sounds like something Lex would have done back in the day before he had his...
To get noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Like,
man.
I don't know why these fans go into the ring and they go to attack these WWE wrestlers. Like, the guys are in good shape and some of them reasonably can fight. It's like when that fan did that to Eddie Guerrero was pissed and just started whooping the fucking guy's ass. He didn't even wait for security. He just started whooping his
My
ass.
question is, one, what
the
was
guy-
security doing? Two, why don't they treat the Hall of Fame awards ceremony like, or whatever that was, right? Hall of Fame ceremony or acceptance something? Why
Yeah,
don't
they
treat
did
it like
the
a
ring.
lumberjack match and have the ring surrounded by pro wrestlers? Who's going to get in the ring then?
That's what I would... No one.
So WWE, if you're listening, steal the idea and, do it. Just credit the king after. Or Vince will just act like it was his idea anyway. They're like, I have an idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks, king.
It was like when I put... Here, I think I could find the GIF. Let me see if I can find it. Detox. This is what I put in the video last time. Because I noticed that Mac always loves like these really muscled out men because he's a huge Paulo Costa fan.
Oh yeah.
And he just always
he
loves
just likes
these
men,
huge guys.
He loves everything
Like these
huge,
fucking
like,
Magic Mike guys.
you know, just big, huge fake asses, big, huge fucking dudes. Like, he's just all into that shit, bro. I don't know what it is.
That's probably why we're friends.
know.
I'm not even kidding. He's like, how big are your arms, King? We're friends.
Oh man. Oh shit.
But yeah, he loves big everything. Big cocks, everything.
Like fucking, he likes Tyron Woodley and Mike Tyson, and it's like, doesn't like Dominic Cruz, loves TJ. You know, figure it out. I guess we know why now. He had some insider knowledge on that one. Okay, here it is, Detox. Look at your phone. I just sent you the GIF. Like, I put one of them, like, in the video when we were, like I was like, Mac, how many of these Magic Mike guys do you really like?
Oh god.
It's in the video.
Vinny Mac?
Oh my lord. That's Mac right there for sure. Falls off his chair.
Oh my god, yes.
There we go.
That's actual footage of him.
Oh, fuck, but I always notice it. What do you think about TJ and Dominic? Dominic's the GOAT, right?
Easily.
Yeah, like, he was my favorite bandmate. Like, it was sad when fucking Cody beat the shit out of him. I was like, ah, fuck. I kind of, like, that hurt me a little bit, but he was my favorite bandmate. But now he's just, I need to see him fight more. And, like, I don't care what anybody says. Like,
True.
the fact that he came back after all those injuries, like, that's legendary. Like, that's some legendary shit,
And
man.
beat the guy.
Right.
And
Got the
beat
belt
guy.
and shit. Like, I don't care.
What do you think about TJ doing the EPO?
I mean, I don't.
He's gone for 2 years.
Yeah, I don't care for TJ that much, honestly. Like, I think he's just a poor sport, so like, I don't really care for him.
Oh, he definitely
He's
is.
talented, and don't get me wrong, like his fighting style is impressive, but I don't care for him, man. He seems like a douche, so it is what it is. And now that he's a cheater,
You know
it's
what's
just
funny?
like,
Oh, it's even worse.
He is a piece of
You know
garbage.
what's funny? Me and King were watching Cejudo and TJ, and right before the fight, I said TJ was probably going to lose. I'm like, how funny would it be if TJ loses in like 30 seconds?
that's jokes, and then it just happens.
Yes.
And you know what I said?
Yes.
You want to know what I said, though? I said he should lose because it's a curse. If you look at TJ's record, he wins 4 fights, loses the 5th one. Every time. It has happened 4 times.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah, it always happens.
I'm not even kidding you.
I
Project called it.
Fight,
Project
he
called
loses.
I was picking Henry for that fight, and nobody was picking fucking
no
Henry,
one was
dude.
picking Henry.
Like, and I'm like, bro, I
No,
just
they
did it
weren't.
simply based off like the weight cut pictures I was seeing. Like, I seen there's like a picture that came out like shortly before the fight happened of both TJ, and then there was one that came out of Henry. And I don't know, man. Just TJ just looked sucked out, bro. And I was really, in my mind, I was like, that's gonna affect his performance. I don't care what anybody says.
And I thought TJ would have beaten DJ. That's what I was thinking. But I was like, wow, now against Cejudo? I was like, this makes it a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, like, again, the curse. So, it just influenced my decision. I'm like, wow, you never know. Cejudo did it. And we were laughing hysterically when Cejudo put him down in 30 seconds. And people were trying to say it was early, and I'm like, he was done.
Right. And I was
He
talking.
might have lived a little longer.
Yeah, like
but he was
that
done.
was in the beginning of the fight. Like if a guy, like it's not like Henry was anywhere near being tired. He would have just continued dishing out damage. He just
Yeah.
would have
Yeah,
kept
my
going. Like
brother's
there's no
calling me.
stopping.
No worries.
But I
But yeah.
I was talking to Mac too about that steroid thing, and like this motherfucker, bro. Like I was telling him like when he had relinquished the belt, I was saying like
He did it.
I'm surprised that he relinquished it because he didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? He could have held on to it until they stripped it from him. And like
He
just
tried to get ahead of it.
yeah, he tried to get ahead of it, but in my mind I almost felt like somebody told him, like his coaches or something told him to do that, just because I feel like he's such a sore loser, man. Like even when Dominic beat him, you know, he went around like, oh, I'm still the champion. He didn't beat me. And then when Cejudo beat him, he's like, oh, that's not even a real win. Like, he hates losing. Like, he will not accept
He does.
a loss. So it was like, I really thought he would have
Wait, what
just
happened?
held on to the belt until they stripped it. You know what I'm saying? But he actually, you know, relinquished it or whatever. But I knew
thought maybe
I knew
it
he
was
did
a
it, though.
diuretic. I thought maybe
why
it
is
could have
the
been a
blue line
diuretic.
so
I
hard to
leaned
finish,
towards
right?
steroids.
Right.
Like, I lean towards the steroids, but I
Dude,
said
I-
it could be a diuretic.
You know me, I can eat, and I don't. Yeah,
But like once you
That's what I'm
relinquish
saying,
the
like,
belt
why
the
is that
day
thing
that
so
you
hard to
pop,
finish?
like you already know what
Like,
that
I-
means.
I
You know what I'm
never
saying?
can-
Like if you
Yeah.
relinquish your belt like right after you pop, like there's only that you're obviously
You did
guilty.
something.
Yeah, like
You
dude,
obviously
it's like
are.
endless, that thing.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I have to agree with you. And I think what they should have done is probably, I mean, it's Cejudo and
Mhm.
Marlon, right? That's what I would have done.
whew, yeah. I like Marlon too. Marlon's he's been looking real good lately,
deserves it.
man. That guy's a savage.
What'd you think of Aljamain fucking saying that he deserves it? And I'm like, got starched in 30 seconds. Shut up.
How many wins does he have in a row right now? Can't remember. I haven't been keeping my eye on
Oh my
Aljamain.
god.
I think he's like 2, maybe.
Like he doesn't pop into my head, you know, when I'm thinking about the title and shit at the moment. So I wouldn't,
Oh.
I wouldn't give it to him. Like Marlon.
Who do you think wins? Like, do you think you give Dominic
Like
a
a
title shot
crab's
right
ass.
now if he comes back?
I
Does
would
he have to
say,
fight?
I would say just give him a
No
title
TJ.
shot. The only reason why is because he's been in the game for so long. Like he's getting old. You know what I'm saying? His time. He doesn't
He's
have
still
that
young,
much.
though.
How old is he?
He's not gonna be like 34, maybe.
Wow, that's actually really that's a good age still. But like, man, his body though, there's a lot of mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a fighter's like 34.
And he's probably still
I mean,
a big draw. So, I mean, I would like to see him get a title. I'd like to see them. You know, if that's what
Yeah,
he
he's 34.
wants. If he wants like a title shot instantly, I'd like to see that. But if he wants like a
Me too.
little warm up fight, I'll be fine with that too. But
I think that's me too, but give him Pedro Munoz, who just knocked out Cody.
right. I'm just scared. Like,
Like,
I
I
love
don't think
Dominic,
Cody-
but like I really don't. Like after I seen Cody do that to him, it was like fuck, bro. Like I don't know, but he
You
was
go
kind of
Cody or-
emotional.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you said
He
you
was
said
kind of
Cody.
emotional in that fight. Like you could tell, like Cody being all cocky and shit. It was getting to him. It made him, throw more punches when he probably shouldn't have, and he was missing a whole lot. So I don't know. Maybe he'll do better in a rematch against Cody if he just controls his
I think
emotions
he will,
more.
though.
Ted said on that. So,
Well, I think
it's like no.
I think what he did though was that he fought 3 times that year. If you think about it,
Oh, yeah.
he beat TJ, he beat Uriah. His feet were torn up, and really he was emotional. And I think he thought Cody would have cardioed out.
Like the
Right.
top of it. Like the top layer.
I think he Cody. That
it's
was like
like,
Cody's
alright.
best performance. Like Cody, I don't think Cody ever even looked that good in any point in his career. You know what I'm saying? He never looked as good as he did in that fight. So it's like, I don't think Dominic was prepared for that version of Cody at all, and I think that surprised him. And then on top of that, with all the fucking showboating going on, that even like made it even worse. You know what I'm saying?
That influence.
Yeah.
American.
But man, like I miss Dominic's like little like leg kicks he used to do in WEC. Those like long range like fucking leg kicks he'd always do. Like I
They still
love
do
that shit.
good. Oh, me too. It's so smart. He still practices that. I think he'll have more confidence because we know Cody has a shitty chin.
Oh yeah,
Cody no chin.
Cody
We know
no.
that. I knew that. Like I knew that going in.
Well,
Yeah.
Like I knew that.
This guy
so-
really Cody really bites down and says, fuck it, man. He needs to stop doing that. He needs to
He does. But I think he loses that edge though. If he does, he becomes maybe gun shy.
Right.
Without having that confidence.
But it's almost
so
like it's almost like what's his face? Like Justin Gaethje. Like I feel like Justin Gaethje kind of has a little bit more control now than he used to. You know what I'm saying? But he's still
absolutely.
He's still aggressive though, but it's a little
Well, I'm ready
more
for
calculated.
Friday and Saturday.
Ooh, him and Connor.
I want to see him. I want to see that. I would favor probably Gaethje.
Gaethje has
kicks.
all like it's just the accuracy of Connor's fucking left. One
Leg
of
kicks,
those,
though.
yeah, the leg kicks, the grappling of Justin. Like he has multiple, like
If he leg kicks the shit out of him, how good's Connor then?
yeah,
He doesn't worry
exactly.
about
Like Connor
takedown.
to me, like I was never like I like Connor. I'm a fan of Connor, but man, he is so overrated. Like he's been overrated for the longest time, and I was so happy. Like I'm so happy whenever I see him lose, but not in like a hating way, just in like a hardcore fan way, because I hate casuals who like,
really wasn't
ugh, Conor
much of
McGregor.
it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, there's so much.
Well, now they're doing that with Khabib.
Yeah.
Now they're doing that with Khabib now.
But
It was
Khabib
like
has,
when
I feel
Cyborg
like
beat Holly
Khabib
Holm.
has more, he's more well-rounded as a mixed martial artist than Conor is. Conor is so, I just feel like his ground game is weak. Like, it has always been super weak. Like, it's a massive weakness in his game, I feel like. Whereas Khabib, I don't feel like his weaknesses are as massive.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I have to agree with that. You know who I think definitely beats Conor though?
Who? I mean, there's a lot of
Raging
people,
Al.
but... Oh yeah, I'd like to see
But
that
I mean,
too.
Raging Al.
Oh man.
Everyone sleeps on that guy. Everyone sleeps on that guy.
Yep.
Every time.
I just really wonder when Connor's gonna fucking have that trilogy fight with Nate. Like, when is this ever gonna happen? Like,
Should be now.
fuck, bro. Like,
Do it now.
for real. You
Oh,
really
yeah,
should.
I'm
It's like
definitely
Nate has a problem though.
he's
Nate never is in the mix.
yeah, he's not. He's like nothing
yeah, no,
without
I agree
Connor.
with
He's literally just waiting for fucking Connor. Like, that's all he's doing with his life.
Or a title shot that'll never come.
That'll never come.
And it's like, dude, you'll never come. You're never gonna make that money unless it's Connor.
Right.
He waited too long. It's like what Stipe did. He waited for a rematch that wasn't coming.
Yeah.
It's just so, and
You know.
it's frustrating too, like seeing Connor always like posted and all this shit. It's like, bro, just
And he always wants rematches.
yeah,
and shit.
you know, it's like, bro,
Dude, come on.
if you're gonna fight. Like,
Get in line.
he's like trying to
Get in
act
line.
like this like fucking overseer of MMA. He's just on like Twitter and shit. Like, oh, good job. You know, when somebody he likes wins or something, he'll post like a congratulatory tweet, and it's like, bro, like,
I'm like, who cares?
yeah, like nobody cares anymore, bro. Like, fucking fight, like shit.
I know. It's so frustrating for that. But, you know, it is what it
It
is.
is what it is. Like Max says, it is what it is. Isn't that right, KingPsycho?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody else? So I was gonna say
man.
I have to go soon, but
That's alright. We can end the podcast here, I think.
okay. I was gonna say if we have any final topics.
I think that's good. I'd love to
Very
have
good.
Detox in on this more often, man. Anytime, I'll message you.
Yeah,
You're more than
I
welcome
always
to
assumed
join in.
Detox was
Okay,
gonna
buddy?
join in.
I'm down.
You always send him a
I don't
message
know
to
if
all
you
of
ever
us.
felt welcome, but always welcome to have more people, especially if Mac bitches out like he did today.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, we like
And
you.
that'll do it for the Ringside Gods podcast, for sure. But you know what? Extra guys are always better.
Right.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah. It'll be on YouTube at some point soon.
So Ringside
Good.
Gods,
Almost.
that's the name of it.
Hell yeah, boxing, wrestling,
Ringside
MMA, do it all.
Gods.
Do it all. Anything in the ring or a
Gods.
cage.
Talk about being cocky,
Exactly.
jeez.
Oh, absolutely, but you have to. I'm not gonna call it like the MMA
This
hour or
cockiness
something.
just rubs me
Also,
the wrong way, fucking Holly. It rubs me the wrong way.
Totally, absolutely, but we're gonna call ourselves God. Totally. But I mean, it could be worse. It could be like there's a really good channel on YouTube. It's called the MMA Holes. Fuck, those guys are hilarious. Love those guys. Everyone watch them and subscribe to them. Them or Bucket of Wind. Those guys are also good.
Yeah.
Thank you for enjoying episode 3 of the Ringside Gods Podcast. Now, normally we'd be doing an outro for you. However, we have another special guest with us today. None other than Bill O'Reilly himself. That's right, disgraced former Fox host Bill O'Reilly has come in to do our outro. So, take it away, Bill. Play us out.
And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out. What is?
For credits.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. In 5, 4.
And that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. Go.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Fucking thing sucks. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. Take it away.